wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. Yo, don't get her pissed. It's Jason, called so you spaz. And they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
All right, here we go. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the KVJ Show. Here we go, getting through it. It's going to be a hot, scorchy day. I know it's all swampy out, and I can tell because walking into the front of the building, it's that time of year where there's the condensation all over the windows.
It's
wet and yucky.
It's swamp butt weather.
You know, I was figuring, though, frogs, toads, iguanas, lizards, reptiles have to love this time of year. They got to be like, this has got to be there. You know how we love a good January in South Florida? They got to love a good old July and August.
I'm glad you brought that up because I told y'all about this big old lizard that is right by my front door because I've basically made a lizard hotel for him.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the same thing. It seems like he's happy in the heat and the rain, but I've noticed when my door is open, he feels that air condition, and it's like his head perks up.
Okay.
Does he want to get in? Does he want the air condition, or is he way happier out in the heat and the moisture?
Lizards are always running in my house because the kids leave the door open and the lizards follow them in. The lizards want to explore.
It's almost as if I open the door, he smells a pizza cooking or something. But this lizard is quite humanized and very curious.
I love that I have all the same lizards because I feel like they set up home in front of your house and then they just don't leave. They find a little place they like and now they're kind of like, your roommate.
I just wish I could talk to animals, man. I wish I could talk back. I would love to know.
I would too, yeah. A nice lizard interview with Bird.
Because I'm with you. You would think they want to be out in the heat, the moisture, all that. But I don't know, man. If it's 70 degrees, the smell of pizza, you know I got crumbs.
Yeah, they say they're cold-blooded animals. They seem to like to go and sunbathe, so I would assume that they like the heat and the sun, would be my thoughts. But yeah, I've never had a conversation with a lizard. So
I think they watch you walking in and out of the house all the time, and they're like, I wonder what's in there.
Yeah.
They are curious.
I have one specific lizard, and I know who he is because when we repainted our house, he must have rubbed up against the house, and he got this streak of blue paint down his back. And so I call him Lizzie, and I literally talk to him all the time. I look like a damn crazy person in my yard talking to Lizzie. I'm like, hey, Lizzie, what's going on?
You have a blue-back lizard.
Yeah, he's got a blue streak from the paint down his back.
He's slowly dying of paint poisoning, but it's a very cute story.
I don't think you're actually officially crazy until you think the lizard's talking back.
Yes. How cool would that be, man?
That's when you're actually crazy.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got in your mind today, Jay Bird?
Well, I want to do something fun, but I want to figure out the best way to do it, Virginia, and I need your expertise here, okay? So I want to go around the major fast food restaurants, okay, and get their big sandwiches, then cut them all up, chop them up, mix them all together, and then make one big kind of like fast food waffle or a pan
casserole.
Yeah, something like that.
This sounds gnarly.
Would that be gross or would that be delicious? I think there's no way it would be gross, right? All of those sandwiches, if you had a Whopper, a Big Mac in there, you had a Wendy's sandwich, you can even throw a chicken sandwich in there, you throw them all in there together. You put it, I don't know, would you chop them up and then slather it with butter, then put it on a frying pan?
I don't know. You might be too much for me. That's a lot.
It's a little too intense.
Yeah.
Would it be better to make that type of dish casserole style or in a frying pan or even one of those waffle irons where you mix it all together and then just burn it and then eat it? I think that would taste good, Kevin.
I don't know, it's a little too much for me. A fat Kevin, baby.
Baby, you
sounds
extra.
a little heavy for me.
You extra.
Chat room, is that too extra, or would that be so delicious? Maybe y'all aren't. Maybe you guys are thinking inside the bun. Think outside the bun.
You're so much.
I think that could be such a fun experiment.
We got to go to all the stores and buy all their best sandwiches, chop them up, put them in a casserole or a waffle?
I specialize in goofy. That wouldn't be a chore for me.
You'd
that would
love
be
it.
great fun. You make a day out of it. It's an experiment. I'm not saying it's gonna be delicious. I think it would be. But I think that'd be fun. That'd be a fun experiment.
It might be too busy for me because I like to, when I'm tasting something, I like to figure out, I like to have the differentiation on my palate of different stuff and go, that's this, that's that. This might just be too busy.
Yeah, and maybe take away, I don't know, your stuck-upness for the fun of the bit. Yeah, don't be such a priss. Let's have some fun with it.
What if you did like a Big Mac casserole and you just bought like a bunch of Big Macs, chopped them up like you're saying, covered it with French fries and then cheese and then baked it like that, and then you cut into it like a casserole?
Well, I already know that's going to be good. That kind of goes against the experiment. The experiment in the wacky, in the craziness of it is going to all. I mean, if you throw a beef and cheddar in there mixed with if you see what I'm saying, Fat Kevin.
You're putting all these
Fat Kevin, please.
Yeah.
Even Fat Kevin left the room. You've lost everyone.
No, no, I can tell. I'm still talking to the real Kevin. Fat Kevin's nowhere. I don't sense him.
Fat Kevin's
You don't
dead.
feel his presence.
I know when Fat Kevin's presence is here and it's not here right now. Yeah, you're missing my point. I get what you're saying. Yeah, that'll be delicious. But if you do a all-star fast food, I was really kind of asking you how to prepare it. You kind of didn't really answer the question. Virginia, what's on your mind?
Kind of killed your idea, huh?
Yeah.
You came in here with all this fire and
Yeah,
gusto and
imagine that.
enthusiasm and
And the spirit is knocked out again.
I love your spirit, but I think it might be too confusing.
I don't. Yeah, I definitely asked the wrong people.
All right, Virginia, what do you have on your mind?
Well, over the break, Magnolia has been working at the surf camp and teaching the little kids how to surf. It's adorable. Rocco intermittently goes to the surf camp with his sister and learns too. But the week of July 4th, I guess a couple of days, they had that red tide in the water.
Ooh, okay.
And none of the kids knew it. And it was just kind of one of those things where a few of the kids got sick, including Magnolia.
Oh, wow.
It's not there now because it comes and goes, which is just scary and awful. But I wanted to warn everybody. Here we are a week out from when she got the red tide, and she is still sick from it. Coughing. It's got a lot of the same symptoms as COVID. So we made her go get a COVID test and make sure and all that. And she had to go to her pediatrician and get steroids and all these different medicines. But if the red tide is out there, if you hear anybody whispering about red tide, red tide is serious, it is bad, and it will mess you up.
And what's different than that than the blue-green algae? Is that all part of the same kind of?
I think it's in the same family. It's an algae bloom. It gets in the water, and it makes it like hard to breathe. It gives you like all the sinus problems. It gives you like
it's all caught
coughing.
up in your lungs.
Yes.
Can't be great for the manatees either.
No, it can't be good for people or animals. It's scary stuff, but take it serious. If you hear anybody talking about red tide, do not get in the water. It is no joke.
Okay. I was curious, what is your threshold for when you wake up before your alarm? Do you continue to lay down or do you actually get up? Do you have a certain amount of time? Because to me, the worst is to wake up right about 20 minutes before your alarm goes off, because then I'm like, I got 20 more minutes of sleep. I'm like, I could probably wake up feeling a lot better if I could just pass out right now and get 20 more minutes of sleep, but then would actually be more groggy. So,
It's a very dangerous time.
yeah. So do you have a certain threshold when you wake up before your alarm? When do you actually get up and when do you try to go back to sleep?
I get up pretty quick because I'm already kind of up, and I usually have to pee, and I hate the feeling of laying there and trying to get comfortable and still having to pee. I'm like, I'll just get up, and if I'm up to pee, it's over, baby.
You're done.
It's over.
You're
Yeah,
done.
I'm up.
Because the worst is typically what happens. I'll get up, I'll pee, I'll be like, I'm ready to go, and then I just lay there with my eyes open for another 17 minutes.
Thinking.
And then you're like rushing in the morning and going, I really could have used that 17 minutes where I just laid on my butt, nothing happened. I think my threshold is 20 minutes because I do know if I look at the alarm and I got 30 minutes to go, I'm like, all right, good. I'll go back to sleep. I think 20's mine. I didn't know if anybody else had a threshold. I'm sure there's some people, they would see 8 minutes, be like, cool, I got 8 minutes, and they try to go back to sleep.
Yeah, I'll try to get, if it's still in the 2 o'clock, like 2:45 a.m. Bird, you got to try to get another 20 minutes if you can.
And then what's the wake up time then?
If it's 3:15 or 3:30, I'm trying to get up because I'm not going to fall back asleep, and I usually have to pee.
Okay.
So
All right.
You got that old man bladder.
South Virginia.
The one kitty don't help.
Candace started to have that too. I'll hear him get up at like 2 to go pee-pee, and he never used to do that before. He's like, my bladder.
Oh, I just hate that feeling. You ever have that when you're in the middle of a dream and you have to pee so bad and you're trying to pee in your dream and nothing works? Your private part doesn't work. The toilet turns into a monster.
And then you pee the bed?
No, I've never peed. That's what's crazy. I'm surprised I haven't, because in my dream, I am trying to pee with all of my might and will not do it. And then I get up. I'm like, man, I got to go up and pee. But it morphs in my dream. That never happens to you.
No, I sleep all through the night. I don't have like pee dreams. I don't.
Look at that, Kev. Sleeping Beauty we work with.
Yeah, I know. Just clear conscious, just sleeping like an angel every day.
She slept 17 hours on the RV after she partied like Guns N' Roses from the 80s.
I got it all out of my system. I was exhausted.
I looked over. She looked like a sleeping baby. It was so annoying. Joe Ponton was driving her RV, hitting 11 potholes. I look back.
Just out cold.
Just so peaceful.
I'm telling you, those peptides that I take, they say that's one of the added benefits of it. It helps with recovery.
You can sleep in an RV?
It helps with sleep. It puts you in a deeper REM sleep.
Okay.
Oh, she was deep, baby.
I get deep.
Yeah. A couple texts that we got coming in. Somebody said, I wake up every single weekday before my alarm, and I just can't force myself up anymore. It's miserable. It never happens on the weekends or vacation days. I think that a lot of people do. I know I sleep with a certain anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Because you're worried about oversleeping.
Yep.
Because we have to be here when it's unnatural for you to be awake.
Well, you sort of notice if we're not at work.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, we got kind of that hard stop.
You can't sneak in here, really.
But the human body wants to be asleep until the sun comes out.
Well, there was this one thing I heard a long time ago, and for whatever reason, it stuck with me, and it helped me not to oversleep. It was this person doing one of those TED Talks, and they said as soon as they wake up and they're still groggy and they want to go back to sleep, but they know they shouldn't, they immediately count down to 3 and just spring up out of the bed like a rocket, and it kind of it jars you loose. You're kind of annoyed for about 10 seconds.
You throw your back out.
Yeah, be careful if you've got back issues, but it does work for the most part because you're kind of jarred out of sleep. You don't want to go back to bed then.
Huh. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, if you want to drop in your thoughts on anything going on, you can hop into the KVJ TV chat room. It is right there and easy to find on YouTube. Just go and search for the KVJ Show, or you can text us anytime, 877-979-WRMF. Got a KVJ court email here. Husband and wife don't know how to parent through this situation, so they want our advice. They say that our neighbor is giving their son a free peep show. Says, my husband and I just moved into a nice new house, this brand new neighborhood. The neighbors are really nice, but my husband has told me that the wife will sometimes be topless in their living room. This woman is somewhere probably in her early to mid 40s. She's hot, she's in great shape, and she's usually just passing through, but it is enough that my 12-year-old son has noticed and is now positioned himself at our window waiting for his next free peep show.
I mean,
just sitting there with a box of popcorn and ready to go. Of course, my husband doesn't think it's a big deal, but I totally disagree. I don't think I need to make it dramatic, but I would like to nicely let this woman know that our son is watching her walk around her living room topless. My husband said that is way too awkward, and it's going to set our relationship off on the wrong foot. Who is right?
I wouldn't say anything.
I wouldn't say anything either. Talk to your kid and just say, look, she's in her house. She's walking around. Sometimes mom and dad, they walk around, and it's just normal to be in your house without clothes on. It's not normal to be sitting by your window waiting to peep on your neighbor.
Yeah, I wouldn't encourage being the peeping Tom, and I also wouldn't say anything to the neighbor. And it makes me wonder, too, how many times has someone seen me naked and I don't even know about it?
Would you want them to tell you if you didn't realize a kid was watching you at certain times and you thought that
I think I would. Well, but I also believe if I'm in my house, I'm in my house and I'm allowed to do it. I'm allowed to do whatever I want in my house except for murder.
Maybe you don't realize that window when the shades are open has a direct line right into another house, and there's a kid that's stationed there waiting for you to do that weird thing that you do naked, and you're completely oblivious to it.
I cook naked. There's so many things I do. And there are, without a doubt, holes in my fence that you could see through.
Okay.
There's some holes in this fence. There's some holes in this fence.
I like to go out in the backyard naked a lot.
It doesn't sound like the mom wants to be confrontational. She just thinks it'd be nice to give this lady a heads up. Hey, I know you may not think about it. You're just kind of jetting through your living room, but my 12-year-old son has noticed, and he just seems to hang out at our window now waiting for his next free show. That's what she wants to do. The dad is like, don't even bring it up. That's just awkward.
Well, you're brand new to the neighborhood, too.
Yeah.
Is this really the first exchange you want to have with your new neighbor?
But if you're an adult looking in, the way I look at it now, sometimes I'll have the windows open. I go, if they're looking in at me, it's on them. They're the weird one looking in on me, or the person looking in on you is the weird one. You should be able to be free in your house.
It is. And I think the only thing that changes, you're talking about a 12-year-old boy.
Sure.
And that's where, I guess, children and nudity becomes odd. So, do you say something yes or no? I'll have Suits put up a KVJ TV poll, try to settle this for our parents here who want to know, should you say something? Would you say something? And how would you even do it?
You asked me if I would want to know if the kids were seeing me. You know what? I don't want to know anything, actually.
You don't want to know?
Parent your kid and leave me out of it.
So you continue doing the behavior and you keep on having a 12-year-old girl.
No, I don't want that world. I don't want take care of the situation.
Somebody could tell you and you could make it stop, or you go oblivious and you continue to give a free dong show to a 12-year-old girl.
The reason why I don't want to know is because now I'm going to be thinking about it all the time. You're ruining my peace. Parent your kid.
Okay. Get yourself blinds. Maybe build a wall where that window is. There's your solution right there. Wall up your house.
Why do I got to change when you're all the ones breaking the rules?
Don't you have hurricane shutters? Yeah. Put them on right now. Okay, so Suits will have you ask, should you let your neighbor know that her topless activity is being noticed by your 12-year-old son? Yes or no? Say something or be completely quiet.
Is there a chance your neighbors have ever seen you naked, either one of you?
Yeah.
Really?
Big time,
Do the Ralstons go out in the backyard naked?
I do. I had for a while. I haven't done it in a little while because I got too many mosquitoes out there. And man, that's the worst feeling, to have a mosquito bite in that sensitive area.
We're doing buys and tries naked? Were you doing working out?
Oh, I don't know if I'd work out naked. No, because when things are flopping around, you don't want that.
Watch that dumbbell, too.
Yeah, you don't want that. But no, I would go out there, get a little bit of sun. During the COVID times, and the vitamin D was so important to get a little bit of sun on you. I'd go out there and, I didn't want them tan lines.
Vitamin D.
See, Virginia can't do it because she has a golf course in her backyard.
No, yeah.
Give those guys a heart attack.
Yeah, see, I got a privacy wall. And so there is a question, though, because you never know, because every now and then I get up on the privacy wall to trim some palms and see into other people's backyards. So if they were out there naked, I would see them. So you do have to take that in consideration, even with the privacy wall.
I like finding these things out about Ross. I didn't know he was a
free and easy, baby.
A nude sunbather.
Free and easy. Oh, yeah.
Big easy. I like
that. Okay. You want to give us your thoughts? You can hit up the KVJ TV chat. Just go to YouTube and go in there right now. Should you say something to the neighbor? 80% are saying no. 20% are saying yes. So as it is right now, the dad is big time winning. You want to get your thoughts in, go kvjshow.tv. So your 12-year-old son is getting a free peep show from the new neighbors. You just moved into the neighborhood, though, so they're new for that reason. It is a woman in her early to mid-40s in great shape, and she just kind of zips through the living room, and the 12-year-old son has noticed, and now he's kind of camped out by that window just waiting for his next free show. So the dad doesn't want to say anything. The mom is like, I think maybe just a nice comment to let her know that, hey, our 12-year-old son can see you and he's kind of watching and waiting, and maybe make it playful and laugh about it. But should she even do that?
Nah.
Well, 76% of the people in KVJ TV chat say no, and the dad would win. And a lot of people are taking note that the dad wants to win because he doesn't want to miss his free show either.
Kids, they'll ruin it, kid.
Yeah. And Christopher brought up a good point, too. He said, you're not going to win that one even if you say anything, because her response is going to be, well, tell your kid to stop looking in my window.
Exactly. Parent your kid.
Everybody's got to mind their own house.
Yes. Somebody was also talking about how when they grew up in Boca, the condo right across from them, there was a guy that was always naked and there in the window, and she was a young girl, and her mom didn't like that and said, this is not right. He's a creepy old dude, and my daughter is watching this and seeing this. She called the cops, and the cops were like, he's nude in his own place.
Yeah, what they can do.
Yeah, at least in that era at Boca at that time, the cops would not intervene. They said that's his own place.
Back in Lake Park, I've told the story many times. We lived next door to swingers, and they built, I think, 4 different fences while the time we were there. Because, people were always trying to look. If you're going to get crazy and that turnt in the backyard, you're playing naked volleyball with 8 different people. Mm-hmm. People are going to look over there.
Yeah. You're going to have that.
There's a lot of spiking, Virginia.
Well, I think a lot of people's approach on nudity anymore, it's not as crazy and taboo. And unless you're doing weird activities along with your nudity, I think some people, especially in South Florida, where we do have a lot of nudists, are like, hey, it's just free and easy. It's a warm climate.
This has got to be the capital of the world, right? For nudity and the nude colonies?
It's got to be.
It's going to be higher than South Dakota.
Yes, definitely.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no doubt. Well, I thought this was a rather interesting thread on Reddit. It was, what is a job that's romanticized, but in reality, it sucks? You think about that because movies and TV shows a lot of times will glamorize certain careers and professions, and you sit there and watch, especially if you're young and you haven't yet gotten into a career field, and you think, man, that would be so awesome to be that. What is that career you saw?
Point Break, that movie, they made bank robbing look really cool as a career.
Right.
And in reality, I don't think it's going to be that cool. Yeah. You're always looking over your shoulder.
It's not sexy.
No, it's
not. They make it so sexy in the movie.
They made it look so cool.
Yeah, right. I would say even, too, being in the FBI. A lot of times it looks really cool because typically the people in the FBI, think of how many hot FBI agents there are in movies and TV shows. They're pretty much all hot, right? For the most part?
Yeah.
You think, wow, so you got to be pretty much a male or female model to be in the FBI. I have a feeling if you really looked at FBI agents, they aren't that hot.
Well, they talk about that. You see all these documentaries about just, serial killers, and they interview all the detectives and the police involved.
Yeah.
They said it wrecked their life. It was not fun at all.
Yeah, no, that's kind of part of it. And you think, and you even see that movie on the other side of it. You see the person that's chasing them. They're like, this is like a puzzle, and I could be saving lives and intervening. And you see that, and you want to get into that field. And that was kind of one of the ones that I was reading on, was a lot of investigators. And they said, in reality, you may get 1 to 2 great cases like that in your career.
Oh, wow.
Typically, a lot of it's the kind of jobs that you really wouldn't want to do. It's a lot of boring work, a lot of paperwork that you wouldn't like.
The one I've heard, if you're not wickedly successful at it, is professional wrestling. It's a lot of beating your body up, not getting paid a lot if you're not a superstar. And then a lot of times they don't pay for your insurance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's kind of a depressing road if you're not able to make to the big show.
Well, you look at a lot of those guys, and we have them retired in Florida, mainly in the Clearwater, Tampa areas where they all seem to congregate. Orlando, but we have some in South Florida, and those guys a lot of times have drinking problems, pill problems, personal problems.
They're riddled with pain.
Yeah, right.
From all the damage they've done.
Yeah.
And I just hear a lot of interviews of when guys and women going up in the ranks trying to make it and just saying it wasn't fun. It wasn't. I was chasing my dream, and it was awful. Everyone would think, oh, you're trying to be a professional wrestler. It's going to be fun. They said it was terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that. Some of the ones that I was reading about, I was thinking it was kind of fascinating on Reddit. What is a job that's romanticized, but in reality it sucks? Somebody said game tester. I worked as a game tester for EA for almost 3 years. Imagine having to play a game you don't like for 8 hours a day, every day, 4 weeks. But you don't actually play it, you're testing it. So all you're doing is there's maybe one movement that you keep doing over and over again to work out the glitches and make little notes saying, okay, this one's that and this is that, and so it's not really sitting down and getting to game like you do at home all day long. They said actually a game tester is a pretty tedious, boring job. Another one I saw, spy, kind of what we're talking about with the FBI agents. The comment said, it's not really all high-tech gadgets, tuxedos, martinis, and hot women. It is little action, lots of sitting, tons of paperwork.
Yeah.
No speedboats, no Aston Martins.
Right.
What?
They do make the spy look so cool.
No Halle Berrys.
Well, and they said one of the biggest problems, too, is people who got into that world, they thought they were going to have an unlimited expense account, kind of like James Bond for an Aston Martin.
Yes.
And they're like, no, you get a Toyota Camry. They're like, what?
Jason in the chat room had said prostitution. I don't know. Does that seem like that is a fun job? I kind of feel like that's bad and bad.
No, I mean, the only movie that ever made it look glamorous was Pretty Woman. And I don't even know if it made it look glamorous. It was just that she hooked up with a dude that was rich.
Has there ever been a movie where, oh man, being a prostitute kind of seems fun?
I think a lot more make it look depressing than glamorous.
He might have been kidding.
I don't know. That movie Hustlers made it seem pretty awesome.
Is that prostitution?
Well, they were hustling guys. They would drug them and take all their stuff.
Dang.
And didn't Cardi B really do that in life?
Yeah.
And wasn't she in the movie?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah.
Just one of those things we just kind of conveniently forget about.
Cardi.
When art imitates life.
That's Cardi being Cardi.
Somebody can say an off-word drunk on camera and they're canceled for a year to 10 years. Cardi B was drugging guys and stealing from them. It's Cardi being Cardi.
Give her a movie.
Yeah. Another job that's romanticized but in reality sucks. Cowboys. Somebody said, movies make it look like a leisurely job with lots of booze and women. In reality, it's exhausting and hot and offers little pay.
I mean, the modern day cowboy, what is it like to be a modern day cowboy?
Yeah, somebody was kind of arguing back a little bit saying that was a cowboy. And they said, I like it because I'm in open spaces. I'm not behind a desk. And so just being able to be free like that, they enjoyed it. But they did say, yeah, the pay really does kind of suck. And you're going to hate building fences pretty fast. Apparently, that's a lot of what you do is mending fences and putting in. And they say that's pretty terrible.
What about drug lord? They make drug lords look really cool on Netflix.
You would be the worst drug lord.
You wouldn't be good either.
I'd be better than you.
You would take all of your own product.
Yeah.
Like a monkey selling bananas.
They make it seem kind of cool.
I think if you had El Chapo on Reddit, he would say there's just a lot of running. You never relax. You may have all the money in the world, but you really can't even spend it. And you can't enjoy it.
Yeah, even with the Pablo Escobar stuff they did on Narcos, they made it kind of hectic for him. He wasn't really ever going to enjoy his life because of the chaos.
Well, and there's those couple memes that you'll always see now of Pablo where he's sitting in that swing, he's doing nothing, or he's just looking at that empty pool, and his life is, I can't spend it with anybody, I can't see my kids, I can't do anything, I'm just standing here, I have all the money in the world, and I'm standing in an empty pool.
It's not sexy.
Damn, that's a deep and long meme.
Mm-hmm. What other jobs are romanticized but in reality suck? Somebody said movies. If you're part of the crew, expect long hours with lots of standing around and waiting. You arrive well before everybody else and you leave way later than anyone. And when the film wraps, hey, guess what? You're unemployed again.
Yeah, it's a rough business.
Mm-hmm. Somebody else said archaeologist. 99% of the time, you find absolutely nothing. It's often physically demanding. The pay is crap. There are no benefits. You have to constantly travel, and there's very little stability.
It's not like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I know they make it seem like if you do get a big find, I think you're gonna make some money.
Yeah, or even Nicolas Cage in National Treasure. Like, oh, it's exciting, I found a map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. I guess that doesn't happen for a lot of archaeologists. And lawyer. You'll see a lot of glamorous lawyers. It seems like they've got all the money in the world. They're in nice clothes. They're hanging at a fancy bar, fast cars, nice houses. But in reality, This person said on Reddit, I have yet to ever be in a precedent-setting case, and the people I have to deal with are abusive. Plus, the amount of paperwork is soul-sucking.
I know everyone just saw the last Johnny Depp movie, him versus Amber Heard, and they think the lawyer, that every case is going to be like that.
I want to be like Camille.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. Luckily, I grew up the son of an attorney, and I learned pretty quick that I would say 90% of the attorneys that are out there don't really have glamorous jobs. A lot of them don't even make a ton of money, oddly enough. They might be court appointed. You know, you do have some that if you're in the right law firm and you handle the right kind of law in the right part of the country, you can make a lot of money. But if you're in a small southeastern Ohio town dealing with chicken thieves, you're not necessarily going to make a lot of money or have a lot of glamorous, fun cases.
Does your dad defend the chicken thieves, or does he prosecute the chicken thieves?
He was a defender.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's a great question, though.
Did he ever put the chicken on the stand?
I don't think he ever put the chicken on the stand, though. I'd like to see that.
I'm going to have some FaceTime with your dad. I'd love to know the wackiest cases he's ever been a part of.
He'd be happy to tell you.
Has he been a part of a lot of wacky cases, you think?
Yeah. I mean, it's dude, you're talking about Logan, Ohio.
Chicken thievery.
Yes.
I mean, if
That's pretty whack.
If that's real, that's amazing.
Yeah, Logan could have its own daily whacked out news. So, yeah, he's got a lot of stories. All right, anything that you would add to the list? What is a job that's romanticized, but in reality it sucks? You can hit us up, 877-979-WRMF. We were talking about a job that's romanticized in TV and movies, but in reality it actually kind of sucks. We're talking about federal agents, FBI, so many TV shows and movies, they're hot. They're on adventurous, exciting cases, get to shoot people a lot. But somebody texted and said, yeah, I just want to let you know, federal agents are not all hot. Trust me. Most do nothing but paperwork all day. It's not fun. It's not glamorous. You do all this paperwork for months on ends, and it's pretty frustrating, all the paperwork you have to do. And then on top of it, they control where you get assigned. And a lot of times, it's not awesome cities. They'll always be in Los Angeles or New York. No, they also have them in Boise. So, you know, it's not always the best thing. It's kind of like being in the military, they said. So you're often uprooted and moved to a different town.
Oh.
Somebody else said working on a yacht. To see really cool places, you get really cool, beautiful photos when you're allowed to be off the boat, which is, you know, pretty cool, but it's very few and far between. The owners only pay a lot of money for their own expenses, and you don't get paid nearly as much as what people think. And ever since the pandemic, they've even cheapened up more on what their crew is making.
But it seems kind of cool for like a young person. If you're like young, trying to figure out your way in the world, maybe you don't think college is for you.
Yep.
It seems like a really exciting way to see a lot of cool areas and not have to pay for travel.
I talked to one person that worked on a high-end yacht with somebody that was not very nice. And they said that typically is it. They really think that they are above you. They treat you like you're a dog.
Damn.
And there's not a lot of respect a lot of times for the crew. Now, it all depends upon who you get.
Right.
But you could sometimes see somebody with godlike money might think that they are godlike and above you, and they don't talk to some of those people very nicely. Somebody else said law enforcement officers. Yeah, women do love a man in a uniform with authority, but it's a very thankless job. You can imagine that. And somebody else said, yeah, you watch Grey's Anatomy, and just to let you know, being a physician is not all that glamorous. It's really long hours. Some patients are nasty.
And are my doctors having sex before my surgery like they do on Grey's Anatomy? Or
Yeah,
are they
said
getting prepared?
Somebody addressed that. They said nobody's getting busy in the closet.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Unless it makes you more relaxed.
Yeah, the last thing you are pretty much when you're working in a hospital is horny. So apparently that's the reality of the job.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, there is drama over at MTV around the new Jersey Shore project.
How odd, Kevin.
Now,
Okay.
if you haven't heard about this yet, they just started production. They got a house on the Jersey Shore. It was huge. They outfitted it with cameras and lighting and a security guard.
And this is the original cast you're talking.
No.
Ah.
So this project is called Jersey Shore 2.0. And they haven't even announced who the castmates are. But the old castmates, your Snooki, your Pauly D, your
Ronnie.
Situation, your Angelina, they have all publicly renounced and said that this new Jersey Shore is not their Jersey Shore.
Oh,
And
okay.
they basically put this thing out on social media saying, look, for the past 13 years, we have opened up our lives to the world and we have built the Jersey Shore family. And these new 2.0ers, we don't even know who they are, but they should not be exploiting our original show and capitalizing on what we built.
Well, maybe they're just trying to do what Kiss is trying to do. They're bringing in the new age, Virginia.
That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Sure.
But something happened in the house because days into production, MTV has shut down the whole thing. And they put a lot of money into it. They picked the house, they
Yeah.
rented the house, they cast for the whole thing. They were only in production for a few days and something happened. Now, insiders are saying to have it shut down like this so quickly, it must have been a behavioral issue or some sort of issue with the cast because they shut it down.
The thing that I'm really surprised that they can still do is there's tons of liability. People love to sue companies like this. We deal with this with what we do with radio, and we have to be very careful about bringing people in. And you're bringing people into one house. You think of where people are set now with anything that could come off toxic, or you overstep the line sexually, and then you ply them with alcohol and basically encourage bad behavior, and then
That
bad
is
behavior
the
happens.
Jersey
That's like
Shore.
90% of the show, Kev.
That's
Right.
99% of Jersey Shore.
But what I'm saying is I'm surprised that these shows, they even try to attempt them because of where we are now with litigation and liability, that I know for us in radio, we can't do half of the stuff that we used to do for fears of, man, your corporate legal is going to come and be like, what are you thinking? No, you can't. I mean, remember how we used to do the old Wild Quest?
Yeah.
It's basically like that. I can't imagine now a radio legal team is going to be like, yeah, why don't you take 5 strangers, have them all sleep in the same place in Key West and give them tons of booze?
And we were radio. We didn't have much help doing that. We didn't have a production team.
Yeah.
We had 4 people working on that whole thing.
I can't imagine that flying today.
And ours was legit realistic. It was a real reality radio
Yeah.
thing.
It's so good.
These other shows you're talking about, they are faking stuff. They have to fake certain stuff to avoid litigation.
Right, and there was a lot of legit drama, and there was legit hookups.
There was stuff that we could not air because we were allowed to air it. We decided not to air it because
it was that
it was going
juicy.
to ruin people's
Right.
lives.
Yeah, no doubt.
So juicy.
It was so juicy.
But all it takes is for one person to say that, oh, I didn't feel protected, or you encouraged an environment where this bad thing happened, and then you're on the hook.
That
Yeah.
is the Jersey Shore.
But
Right.
on the front end, they probably have to sign so many waivers because Kevin's right.
A lot
in
of
today's
times,
day and
and a
age.
lot of times, waivers only protect you so far, because if you get into a court of law and they say, "Come on, you have to assume something bad was going to happen," that they'll be like, "That was just gross negligence. I don't care what anybody signed." So waivers don't always 100% ironclad protect and cover you.
Yeah, if Ronnie from the Jersey Shore tries to eat your neck, does the waiver really does that cover you? I don't know.
Does it cover cannibalism?
I don't know. I don't know if it does.
Is there a cannibal clause? Well, Kevin Hart has a new show, and I guess it's going to be on Peacock. It's called Heart to Heart. And on it, I guess Pete Davidson just released a sneak clip of when Pete Davidson's going to be on there. And Pete is talking about how he wants to be a parent. And Pete has gone on the record and said
geez.
that Kim Kardashian is a wonderful mother. And now he's saying how much he wants to have a child.
Boy, they brainwashed him completely.
He said, my favorite thing ever, which I have yet to achieve, is I want to have a kid. That is my dream.
Sure, that's all good, but I mean, she's got Kim. What's the kid count on Kim K?
4.
Okay, 4, and are they all Kanye's? I don't even pay attention.
Yes.
Okay, all Kanye's.
I love how
Kevin's trying to get an update.
Kevin was in the middle of doing something with the computer,
Yeah.
and he realizes I wasn't paying attention, so he kind of jumped in there. Move along.
No, because I wanted to unpack this. So he's going to be walking into a situation where she's got 4 kids.
Yep.
I saw there was something where he was out with her and he's holding one of the kids' hands.
He goes out with the kids by himself.
Yeah.
And I think she does that to piss off Kanye, too.
He's been spotted out and about with one of the kids and no Kim, no Kanye in sight.
Yeah. So she's kind of selling how awesome it'd be if you kind of stepped in and these could be your kids too, kind of.
I think he's drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, I want to have a kid. That's my dream.
Start charting his career right now because he was starting to really crush it.
Yeah.
Start the chart. Is the Kardashian curse real? We think it is.
And finally here, prosecutors in New York have discovered a scheme to sell stolen handwritten lyrics. I guess back in the day, Don Henley had this notebook where he wrote all the lyrics for like Hotel California.
A lot of controversy around that song, by the way.
Life in the Fast Lane was one of them too.
Somebody took the manuscript and that book back in the 70s, and it's been illegally sold back and forth like up to a few different people over the years. But now I guess they're moving in on them, and 3 men have been indicted as a result of this investigation into who stole Don Henley's notebook back in the 70s.
I mean, they talk about bands and drama and all of it. The most drama is the Eagles, man. I'm not kidding. They for so long, they hated each other. A lot of them hated each other. Drugs, Virginia. Prostitution.
They say the stolen manuscripts were valued at over $1 million. So you can see why people were stealing them and then trying to sell them on the black market.
Yeah, and the fact that one of the guys worked at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
Yeah. Who's involved? I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Juicy.
Huh? Yeah.
I love it. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Mm-hmm. Got a couple celebrity birthdays today. Ken Jeong is 53 years old today. The Masked Singer. The Hangover. Also, Harrison Ford, he turns 80 today, and it was nice to see that finally the person who wrote that Indiana Jones with the aliens said, yeah, the aliens is probably a bad idea.
I don't think Harrison Ford loves the Star Wars franchise. I think he's like, yeah, I'm Han Solo, that's great, it's a gig.
He pretty much demanded to be written off that thing.
Leave me alone about it.
Mm-hmm. He's turning 80 today, and they're talking about what? Is it another Indiana Jones I think they're working on?
I think so.
Okay. And we just found out archaeology is boring.
I mean, how old is he going to be?
Yeah, they should actually have him doing the job of what a real archaeologist is. It's just Harrison Ford sitting at a desk doing paperwork and a bunch of nothing.
And make it one of those 3-hour movies.
Yeah,
have
3 hours.
Scorsese do it.
80-year-old Harrison Ford at a desk. Patrick Stewart turns 82 years old today from Star Trek fame. Also got a happy birthday to Bella from Your Amazing Husband, Ricardo, Chris, Nicholas, and Ashley. Lots of love there. Got a birthday, want to shout out? You can let us know about it. Mail at kvjshow.com. Oh, man, as the summer is cranking on, your kids are probably getting a little bit more restless because those old routines are getting a little bit more boring. So what do? Well, you come to the KVJ Show for Camp KVJ and a 4-pack of tickets to both the Rapids Water Park and the Cox Science Center. We got Mark on here from West Palm Beach. What up, Mark?
What's up, KVJ?
Yeah.
Mark.
How you doing, bud?
Good, man.
What are your 14 and 16-year-olds up to this summer?
Oh, bugging mom. My dad doesn't work, they're bugging mom.
I bet they are. So you'd like to be the hero dad and come in with Rapids Water Park and Cox Science Center passes for everybody?
You got it, sir. You know it.
Okay, buddy. All right, we'll give you the hookup, and you can be the hero. Hopefully, Mom gives you a little bit of love for that, too, okay?
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you, KVJ. You guys are awesome.
Oh,
Okay, man.
I like this guy.
Mm-hmm. He's a good dude. He's a good dad. He's just making it happen. That's what he does. Another hookup for you tomorrow on the KVJ Show every single weekday through the rest of the summer, which is, Virginia made note yesterday, is less than a month.
Yeah. August 10th.
When do you start seeing the signs in the stores? We're going back to school soon.
They'll start probably the next week or two.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Yeah, they could do a good 2 to 3 weeks out. And I'm not sure about every county, but that's just Palm Beach. So
Well, somebody I was talking to over the weekend, they already get their kids' list of all the stuff they need for class, you know.
Yeah, I saw that the high schoolers are already taking their graduation pictures for next year. The kids that are
really?
going into their senior year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's happening, baby. That's where we are. Well, today is National French Fry Day.
Ooh.
How delicious.
Does it smell like French fries in here?
It does. What
Yeah.
you got?
I got McDonald's French fries. I went as late as I could go last night, so they'd be as fresh as they could be. But this bit ain't about freshness today.
Yeah. Okay, well, the world record attempt has to do with French fries. Let's get into it.
World Record Wednesday, gotta give your best. World Record Wednesday, we're chasing greatness today.
There is a world record for the most French fries you can cram into your mouth at one time. It was set by Jim the Mouth Pearl,
I mean, what a name.
and he set the record at 150 full-size McDonald's French fries.
Yeah,
Can you beat a guy named the Mouth?
I don't know. I'm the fupa, so. And yes, some of these French fries are bigger than others. I figured this is KVJ. Whatever we get in the mouth is just. I'm not going to go for the short fries. I'll go for the
Yeah.
biggest ones we got. And he did it relatively quick, from what I understood.
Yeah, what he did, he had a really good plan. He took the French fries, he organized them into a big old bundle, and what he had was he had kind of like a little bit of a paper thing with maybe a string that went around that, and so it bound all the French fries into a big old mold, and then he crammed the French fries into his face, and then he had somebody cut the string and take the paper off, and then he was able to kind of arrange the fries and move them over to the side from that. And I just had his photo there, and for some reason it just deleted. I don't know why. I just touched the photo and it went away.
Oh, man.
So I could have shown you what he did. But yeah, that's how he was able to organize and count out 150 French fries and do it that quickly. So that's how the Mouth did his record.
The fupa does things a little bit differently.
Okay.
We just grab and
We're not
grind.
going to deal with organization.
We grab and grind, baby. We grab and grind. Oh, that sounds terrible. What a terrible grab and grind.
How you going to count?
You guys have to count. Y'all, this is a team. Everyone always thinks World Record Wednesday is about the bird. This is about KVJ and the whole, everybody. It's about the chat room. It's about Kevin, Virginia, Denny, Suits. Everyone's involved in this.
Okay.
This is our record, our failures.
All
Our
right.
failures, our shortcomings.
Okay.
So would you go one at a time, or should I just stuff and puff, baby?
Stuff and puff.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, okay.
Well, we're not going to be able to count if you stuff and puff.
I'll go one at a time.
Yeah, you might have to go one at a time.
Or what we could do is we can put as many in. You could put me like at 2 minutes, because I think you did it in 2 minutes. Well, sweet Denny's, I'll get them all out.
Yeah,
Well, count.
He didn't have a time thing. He just went and had the whole roll and put them in, and boom, there you go.
How do you want to do it then?
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
I could stuff as. I thought it was like a 2 minute video. It wasn't that long of a video that I saw.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could put them
Denny's-
all in there.
What do you think?
What if we count out piles of 50?
There you go.
And then we know how much are going in. That way we don't have to count them in
that's
the post.
the good way to do it.
Yeah.
Let me divide these into piles real quick.
Yeah, okay. Denny's get all that organized over there.
If we
for
do
you.
it on the front end, then there's no confusion on the back end, and your back end is confusing.
You didn't
Bird.
feel like having me stuff them all in my mouth and I just count them after together.
Stuff and
One at a
puff.
time.
You didn't want to count like disfigured wet fries.
Okay, well,
Look,
how about Denny's?
I told y'all the fupa does a little bit differently than the mouth.
I hear you, stuff and puff.
Oh, is that? Ooh,
Okay, well, as Denny's counts up the fries over there, I'll
great.
give you some interesting, fun French fry facts. They say that French fries are America's most popular food.
Ooh.
It beats out burgers, mashed potatoes, grilled cheese sandwiches, even fried chicken.
Yeah, I put it on our social media yesterday, just asking what people would think who is the best fry. McDonald's was still getting a lot of love.
Yeah, it is, in fact, still rated as the #1 fast food fry, even beating out Chick-fil-A, Five Guys, Wendy's, and Arby's.
It's so hard because my kid loves Happy Meals, and I really shouldn't be eating a whole thing of fries, but he doesn't finish them, and every time I just have to get in there.
Well, when McDonald's is at their best,
they smell so good.
and that's not every time, but when you get them at their best, they are hard to beat.
Yeah, no,
and
absolutely.
irresistible.
Yes.
That's still the thing. I think that's what brings the people in. And if you want free McDonald's fries today, they're going to be giving them out. No purchase necessary. You do have to order them through their app. So they force you to download the McDonald's app, but you can get free McDonald's fries today for National French Fry Day.
Was Fat Kevin into the cheese fry?
Yeah. I didn't get them very often, and we didn't have a lot of places that had the cheese fry,
Those are
unfortunately.
fancy.
Yeah, that was fancy. My town was not on the fancy end, so that was a little too much for us.
I got you.
Yeah.
There was one restaurant that I saw that did not get love.
What's that?
Burger King. Their fries.
Yeah, well, on the national ratings for the best fries, they have McDonald's was up there at #1, but they did have the Chick-fil-A, Five Guys, Wendy's, Arby's. Yeah, so you don't have Burger King does not get a lot of love for their fries. And didn't they recently change up the recipe?
They've changed them up a few times,
Yeah.
and I don't think they've ever quite gotten it.
Okay. Well, if you do want a crappy fry, Burger King does have deals today for you. So that is possible. You can.
We're dealing with the king of fries here, the McDonald's fry.
Yeah. You know, the fry, when you talk about the cheese fry, Arby's, that's where I found out putting cheese sauce with the fry, because Arby's, you could get the little cups of hot cheese on there on the bar. And that's why I finally put it all together. So oddly enough, Arby's is the one that kind of jumps out there as pretty good. They say the favorite things that people have to dip their fries in: ketchup, ranch, cheese sauce, barbecue sauce, and mayo, and in that order.
I don't get the mayo thing. The mayo makes me grossed out, but everything else you listed on there.
Yeah.
The older I get, the less I like mayo.
If you took the ketchup and mayo and mixed it together,
Okay, mayo.
I'm a little bit more in.
Blech.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's a European thing. I think they use a lot of mayo on their fries.
Yeah, they do. They dip it in it.
Uh-huh. And I saw this. Aside from the fast food fries, who would you say has the best fast casual fries?
I know that there was a big debate going on between Five Guys and Burger Fi.
Burger Fi. Oh, their fries are so dirty and so delicious and so good.
I'm giving love to Habit Burger too. I never hear people talk about that. And all three give sacks of fries. We're talking sacks, baby.
We love a sack, Kevin.
I mean, maybe because I order family style, but family style's a lot, Kev.
Okay, what do you think about this? Because here's what Thrillist ranked out for the best fast casual fries. They put Five Guys style fries at #1. They put Shake Shack's crinkle cut fries at #2. Zaxby's crinkle fries at #4. Steak and Shake's thin and crispy fries at 6.
Get out of here.
Fuddruckers wedge cut fries at 8. And then the Burger Fi fresh cut fries at 10. So
Now-
they got Five
Wow.
Guys at 1, Burger Fi at 10.
I feel like the fix is in on that one.
I'm not sure if I'm agreeing with that list.
Okay,
I love Burger Fi.
so if we're talking fast casual, what would be your Mount Rushmore of your top 4?
Okay.
Would it be Five Guys, Burger Fi? Those two? Do they make it?
Five Guys, Burger Fi. You also would have to throw in. Oh, you said another one that's great. Yeah, Habit Burger I would throw on there for sit down casual.
Zaxby's, Shake Shack, Steak and Shake,
Some
Fuddruckers.
of the we don't have Fuddruckers.
There's a
What
Fuddrucker?
about like a Steak and Shake?
Are they a client? I'm not a
Bird, he recoiled when I said Steak and Shake earlier.
not a huge fan of the Steak and Shake French fry.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to offend you, sir.
Yeah.
What would be the third one or the fourth one
I
then?
know.
If you've got Five Guys, Burger Fi, Habit Burger, who would be number 4 for fast casual fries? Not fast food, fast casual.
This is very important, so don't blow it.
No,
Yeah.
I know it locally. I love Bud's chicken and seafood.
Okay.
They are. I love a crinkled fry.
Okay.
I also love. Fuddruckers does have good fries. I know you're talking about. I thought they had one out in Wellington. I did an event out there, but But that was back with our old station, 2 stations ago.
Okay.
So you're right. It might not be. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Here's some of the chat room nominations. PDQ.
PDQ is good. I love PDQ.
And they're sit-down casual to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They're like a fancier version
Yeah.
of like a McDonald's, Burger King.
Is Checkers fast casual or are they fast food?
They're fast
They're fast
food.
I
food.
think so too.
Is that the
Yeah.
ones you like, Denny's?
Yeah, it's probably my favorite fry as far as fast food goes.
Really?
It's got all the seasoning. That's why I like it.
Too greasy.
I used to love that Rallies. Remember Rallies?
It's the same thing. So
they had a curly Cajun fry.
I feel like I'm missing something here. I feel like I'm missing a restaurant.
How embarrassing for you.
It is.
Some people are saying Flanagan's on top of it for a fast casual.
But
Best
to me,
fries.
that's a restaurant. Flanagan's is a legit.
Yeah, it's in the same ballpark as Chili's.
Yeah.
It's not a quick burger place. Like even like a Burger Fi is like a quick burger place.
Okay. There are a lot of people that are saying Buds, though, so maybe we'll put that as option number 4. I'll have
Okay.
Suits put that up. What is the best fast casual French fry? Is it Buds? Is it Habit Burger, Burger Fi, or Five Guys? Will be everybody's
There's
favorite.
going to be controversy.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
duke it out.
Okay, we'll have that be a KVJ TV poll going on right now. All right, Denny's, have you had a good time counting out the French fries over here for the Fupa?
Yeah, I got to divide it into piles of fries here so we can keep count.
Okay.
It looks like a math project.
Yes.
My man has been working so hard.
If Denny's has 100 fries and Jay Bird eats 87 of them, how many fries does Denny's have left?
So, Peace Train, how many are on this plate right here?
That's a pile of 100.
Okay.
And then I have an additional 60 over here.
Oh,
We are chasing greatness.
Okay. All right, so here we go. So you'd be putting piles of 50 in your mouth at a time. Can you get them all to
that'd be
fit?
100.
This is 100 right here.
That's
Casey.
100
If I
right
get all
there.
these in my mouth, I got 100.
And then I got divided this into 50s.
Okay.
I think you should be able to get 100.
Look at my cut guy in the corner over here. I have
Yeah.
the best corner guy in the business. Thank you,
Okay.
Denny's.
All right, so here's what we'll do. If you want
He's
to.
over there pivoting.
All right, so we'll have Bird start here. I just want to see how this starts off. And then while I'm finishing, we'll do an official count here in just a minute.
We all agree the stuffing and puffing is the way to go.
Stuff and puff.
All right.
Okay. Bird's putting in a
there he
lot.
goes.
Now, some of them are bending and they're going all the way in your mouth. Yeah, you have them. Yeah, you don't want to take up that.
Use your cheek like a
Okay.
chipmunk.
Okay. And he's pushing it off to the side.
Okay, all
Okay.
right. I'd say he's got about a quarter of the fries in his mouth.
I love the positivity in the room right now.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Okay.
I really do.
Just don't choke.
Okay, so
please.
Bird is working through the plate of 100 right now. Yeah, I guess the question is how many. Yeah, you got to make sure that they're.
He's got a little more than half in there now, Kevin.
Okay. All right, so the actual world record is most McDonald's French fries in your mouth at one time.
She's starting to struggle.
Yeah, he's cramming them all in there. So,
Don't giggle over there.
Okay.
Giggling is not your friend.
All right, so Bird is cramming them all into
She's
the side.
stuffing, puffing.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't
Okay.
talk.
Oh boy. All right.
Okay, all right.
It's got a couple of the fries might be falling on the floor.
Yeah, get
Okay.
those fries off your lap.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
We appear to have about 20 fries left on the plate, Kevin.
Okay. So he's gone through, and that was a plate of 100. The world
100.
record
Yes.
is 150. So Bird's going to see if he can get all of that in his mouth.
Oh, the grease.
Oh, boy.
I get to see the grease.
Yeah.
This is where the athlete needs to shine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So he's getting that. Yeah. Denny's going to have to count how many he's got
Don't
on
eat
the
the
floor
fries
there.
off the floor.
Yeah. So
Oh,
he'll
my
have to make them up.
gosh.
Okay. Because Bird can't talk.
I feel like I'm talking to Rocco. We don't
No,
eat
no,
fries off the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants a gag order on the witch.
Yeah. Turn her mic off. Yeah, the tough part about it, too, is he's got some of them, the harder edged ones. Like, can you imagine that thing might be, might cut your uvula if he gets that back too far. Okay, so it appears as if he's got 100 in his.
Oh, Virginia's, when he pushed the button.
Oh, no, he broke the
Here,
mic.
I'm going to get it working.
Oh, boy.
Completely broke the microphone.
Oh, no. Oh, good heavens. Oh, man.
You giant dummy.
So we
Oh,
got
no.
100 down.
Okay.
Do we keep going? We got piles of 10 right here.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, the record's 150. He's going for that. So he's putting the whole thing. Okay. All right, he's trying to cram them all down. Denny's, you better stand by with the Heimlich. I don't know if any more is safe. I think he's at 110 that he has got in his mouth right now.
Is 110 the...
All through it. No. He's saying, okay. Okay, we're playing charades. Yeah, okay. Okay, Jaybird's also trying to fix
I'll
the
try to
mic.
get that button working.
Okay, are we going to tap? We have to tap out at 110? Okay, Bird says no, he wants to keep going.
10 more.
Just trying to get 10 more in. A lot of them are kind of crumbling and falling on the floor. So we might have to, okay. We're at 120. He looks like a baboon, doesn't he? Look at that. Okay, he's got 120. He's going to go for 130. Okay, no, I don't know. I think he's hitting a French fry wall. We're going to tap out at 120. I would say that you've got some that have fallen over. I'd say he did probably about a good 110.
Yeah, I would even give it a little higher because on the remnants on the floor was minimal. I'd say he only really dropped 2. So I'd say he probably got, 118.
Okay. All right. There you go. All right, Bird. Very nice. The slam and cram is how he went by it.
And I broke Virginia's mic. How are you louder without the microphone?
She's good. Voices carry.
No, I'm not going to be carrying nothing.
Okay.
Still hear you great.
Broke my mic. Broken, Denny.
Okay. Poor Denny's. He's got to count French fries. He's got to try to fix Virginia's microphone.
Denny's, why
That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. All right,
He loves us.
taking a quick look, who has the best fast casual fries? Five Guys is running away with it. 45% of the vote. Then you got BurgerFi second, closely behind in third with Buds, and the one that's not doing well is Habit Burger.
Oh, boy.
That's only got 3% of the vote. So,
It's early.
yeah, if you want to go cast your vote, best fast casual fries on National French Fry Day, just go to the YouTube chat room.
People fighting online, losing their minds. So we read the crazy crap they write and have a fun time. Well, get ready for this week's digital drama.
Okay, got some interesting posts here today. Thank you for doing the screen grabs and send us the email at kvjshow.com. Got one here from Glenn, who's going on a rant about selfies. And he calls out his ex, and it turns all dramatic, go figure, and then the post gets deleted, as it usually does. But we got the screenshot. So here we go. I will play the role of Glenn. We'll have Virginia playing the role of Mona. Bird, you can be Trinity. And Denny's is going to be Beth Ann.
Ooh, Beth Ann. Oh, that sounds a little southern to me.
All right, here we go. Here's what Glenn put. People who constantly post selfies are self-absorbed a-holes. Seriously. My ex was so guilty of this. I mean, do you really need to post 7 selfies a day? Hashtag selfies are cringe.
I totally agree. Women who do this without a doubt voted for Biden. You'd never see a conservative do that crap.
What?
Here we go. The loonies are coming out of the woodwork. How on earth can you turn a conversation about selfies into a political fight? Your douchiness is showing, girl.
Well, I can tell Mona voted for Biden. You probably have 100 selfies on your Facebook wall just from this week alone.
All I know is that my ex-woman Trinity was the worst. All she does is post duck face pics and make awful TikTok videos. I can't believe I used to lay with that narcissistic monster.
So, you just gonna keep trashing me, Glenn? You're just mad that I broke up with you. You were all testes and no stick. Had to find someone who could satisfy me, which I did. Deal with it, dude.
Ha ha ha. Trinity said Glenn has no stick. That's the funniest thing ever. Explains his misplaced anger. Anybody who gets mad at other people posting selfies is weird. Seek help, Glenn, before you rage kill somebody.
No stick Glenn also stalked me for 2 months. It's non-stop after we stopped talking. And don't let him fool you. At one time in his life, he definitely posted selfies.
Yeah, I posted selfies when I was in my teens. You and your new boyfriend all go to hell. My stick is perfectly fine. Just ask your mother.
Oh,
damn.
Ask your mom.
Does Glenn have a big stick or no? I don't know.
Probably not. But I can ask my mom.
All right, another post that's we got here. is from Ingrid. She's mad because her neighbor won't stop lighting fireworks days and days after the 4th of July.
We got someone in my neighborhood that's still doing it.
Yeah, it feels like after maybe the 9th.
Yeah,
It's time to stop.
Should be a rule.
Yeah. Virginia will play the role of Ingrid. I'll be the role of Pat. We've got Bird playing Brenna, and Denny's, you can be Judd here in this post.
My next door neighbor is a douche. The 4th of July is over. Stop lighting fireworks at midnight. I swear I'm gonna kick his ass.
Yeah, I know what neighbor you're talking about. I'll help kick his ass, too. He's making my dog's life miserable.
I'm going over there tonight. If I hear one more of his bottle rockets go off, I am ready to go to jail. I don't care. Y'all probably see me in the Palm Beach Post police blotter.
And I'm gonna go over there with you. This clown goes down tonight. He's gonna get a bottle rocket set up where the sun don't shine.
You bitches ain't gonna do nothing to me. I'll light them anytime I want to. It's not illegal to light fireworks.
I love how people are bitching about how illegal fireworks are, but literally going on social media threatening someone with physical violence? Some of you on this thread are stupid. Violence is not the answer.
Exactly, Brenna. They're against some harmless things like fireworks, but condone violence? I'd love to see them try and get stupid.
These people aren't going to do anything to you, Judd. My brother's a 911 dispatcher. I screenshotted everything and I'm turning it over to him. People who use violence as a way to solve a problem are dumb as F.
Fine, Judd and Brenna. Y'all want some fireworks? I'm gonna give you fireworks. About to bring the boom up in this bitch.
Look out, Pat. Oh, man.
Man, Denny's as a tough person gave me chills.
Yeah, it was pretty good. He came in strong with that.
Whoa.
Came in strong.
Denny's.
Yeah, came in hot. Appreciate that.
I love sharing a script with Jaybird, too. Look how cozy we are over
Guys,
here.
you're a lovely couple. Look at you both over there.
I just...
See, this is what happens when you break my microphone. You have to suffer the pain.
Yeah. Here come more emails about sexual tension. Yeah.
I think it's on her end, dog. I look scared.
Oh, go to HR.
Imagine that. This is the only
right.
job she can get away with.
I know, right?
Whiny bitch.
All right, send us those screenshots, mail at kvjshow.com.
Here's what's coming up on the Dirt of the Day. Dirt of the Day.
I have to go over to my computer and tell you what's going on with the dirt of the day, Kevin, but I
Oh,
don't
my-
have a microphone. It works in front of my computer.
Poor Denny's
Somebody's
is over there
meat
trying to make it
hooks.
happen.
Denny's is still trying to do surgery on my microphone.
Yeah, still working on it.
I thought I was doing something good by turning off her mic. She's gotten stronger.
Yeah,
It's
so-
terrible. It's awful.
Okay.
There was an accidental nude selfie posted of Jessie James Decker, her man. Who did it? I'll tell you coming up in your dirt.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
I'm scrambling over here to get my dirt because I don't have my computer in front of
Oh,
me.
my God,
but
no, huh?
I just sent it to myself via email, so hopefully I'll be able to read it.
Craziness, huh? One mic goes down
Crazy.
and the whole thing
One
goes down.
meat fist.
That's all it takes.
I
One
was just trying to have some fun.
beef fingers over here.
You know me, Kev. I'm just trying to have a good time
Oh,
over
I hear
here.
you. Yeah, he's a fun-loving guy.
I was trying to do
that's all
prop comedy, and I guess it didn't
Yeah.
work. I gotta
Yeah.
stop doing prop comedy.
Yeah.
It doesn't ever seem to work out for me.
Well, you know who this is, I'm sure, Kevin. Country singer. She's a hottie. Jessie James Decker.
No, I don't think I do know her.
Don't?
No.
She's super cute.
I don't.
Well,
That we don't doubt.
Yeah, okay.
so she's married to Eric Decker, a former football player.
Yeah, Eric Decker is, yeah, I know of him.
So he was in the shower the other night, and I guess his kid went into the bathroom with his phone and was taking selfies. But the kid was taking selfies like this, and in the background, you could see Eric Decker completely naked in the glass front shower.
Okay.
And the pictures were up for a little bit on Instagram before people started reaching out to the couple saying, hey, you've got pictures, nudes from your shower that your son just posted to Instagram. And they were quickly taken down. So,
Okay.
In other country news, it looks like Morgan Wallen is posting pictures of him wearing a fan's mugshot, and the fan is wearing a T-shirt with Morgan Wallen's mugshot. How adorable. Morgan said, if I would have known you had been arrested, I would have come and bailed you out. And they set up a meet and greet between the two, and they took pictures together with both of them wearing each other's mugshot on their shirt. That's adorable.
Okay.
And finally here, Twitter is delivering on its promise to sue Elon Musk. They are now asking a judge to force Elon Musk to buy Twitter for $44 billion. They say he signed paperwork back in April to do it for $44 billion. But then the stock market took a big dip and he lost a lot of money in that. And it reduced his wealth by $100 billion. And Twitter is saying that's why he's trying to back out of the deal. He is saying it's because they have all these bot accounts and they won't release the bot information. And that's why he won't buy it. But this sounds like it's going to go to court.
This whole thing's been such a weird dance because I thought at first Twitter was revolting when Elon Musk wanted to buy them. And people were walking off the job and saying, you can't have us. And then he fought to get them. And now that he's walking away, Twitter is saying, oh, no, you must take us.
You must buy us.
Yes, this sounds like some kind of weird mind game psycho relationship that's going on here.
He promised to buy them for $44 billion, but now it's not valued at that anymore.
Right.
And so he's like, oh, never mind. I was just kidding. Bots. Look over there, bots.
Imagine that Twitter's angry and overly emotional.
Yeah, that's what it is. I guess it gets sorted out in court now.
Yeah, a judge will decide. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
They did also drop the Emmy nominations yesterday. If you do watch any kind of TV, I know Bird and I, we watched a show called Succession, and that led the whole way. 25 nominations with that. So I guess that would be your top show, according to the critics, at least. Then you got Ted Lasso and White Lotus with 20 each. You even heard of White Lotus?
No.
I've never even heard of that show. What the heck is that?
Is your Ted Lasso still that's still going strong?
Yeah, it is. Waiting for a new season. I don't know when it's going to drop. I thought that they had a new season out this time last year, but nothing that I've seen yet. But yeah, it's solid. They got 2 seasons of that right now, so it's doing well. 20 nominations. They've got Hacks and Only Murders in the Building with 17 apiece.
Oh, you love murder.
Murder?
Yeah, Hacks, somebody was telling me about, they were raving about that. It's about kind of an older comedian. I think it might be a Showtime show. And it's the girl, she played the mama in Sweet Home Alabama. Remember, she's been in a couple of things. Yeah, and so it's kind of like a Joan Rivers type thing where she's older playing Vegas. Now she's kind of being pushed out by the younger comedians. So.
Gotcha.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I've heard rave reviews about that. Only Murders in the Building. I think that's the one that has Selena Gomez in it. That is the one that she is in there with, what's his wild and crazy guy? Remember?
Bill Murray?
No.
Steve Martin?
No, Steve Martin, thank you. Yeah. That's got the 17. Euphoria, which I've heard a lot about, but I hear it's kind of graphic. That got 16. Barry, which is a show I've watched. That's pretty good. That got 16 in there. And then you got a couple other ones. Severance, which I've seen. It's decent. And your Squid Game, Virginia, got 14 nods.
Oh, I love Squid Game.
Yeah.
They're going to do a season 2. I mean, if you watched it, you know it's set up perfect for a season 2.
Yeah, but isn't it still, you got to wait another year or 2 or something
They
like that?
haven't even started filming it yet.
Right, okay. So you got a while on that. And then the show that I loved, Ozark, final season, 13 nominations, and so did Stranger Things. If you want to see the Emmy Awards, which a lot of people will not, they are going to be on TV on September 12th on NBC and streaming on Peacock. All right, should you stay in the relationship or should you get out? You can send us an email, makeup or breakup, and we will give you our verdict on it. Mail at kvjshow.com. Got one here that says, a lie that is hard to overlook. In the email, it says, I've been dating this girl for the last 8 months. We're getting pretty serious, and we have checked off all the boxes you would before marriage, except meeting her family. Her parents died in a car accident in 2010, and my girlfriend is an only child, but I still find it odd that she has no other family. In fact, when I asked her about it, she immediately shuts the conversation down. Then the other day, I find a photo she has in a drawer at her apartment of her and her dad They're together at a Miami Heat game. And I asked her about it, and she said, oh, yeah, her dad was a major Heat fan. But then I started looking at the photo a little bit more closely. Noticed like there was confetti, and then I looked at the scoreboard. It was the Heat versus the Spurs, and as I looked it up, I realized it was actually Game 7 of the NBA Finals, which happened in 2013. Her dad was supposed to have died in 2010. I'm like, okay, so what's up? This photo's from 2013. Your dad died in 2010. She immediately starts crying. She says, well, my parents aren't physically dead. They're just dead to me. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What's going on? So as I dig deeper, I get the whole story. Her parents are still alive. They live in Ball Harbor, but they've not spoken for over a year. Apparently, there was a serious rift that happened when my girlfriend's parents refused to fund a clothing company she wanted to start. I never even had any idea that she grew up rich. We're both just servers at Tap 42. So there are two things that concern me about this revelation. One, that my girl's capable of big lies. And two, she's accustomed to a life that I can't give her. Is this a time to bounce, or should I be more understanding that she is dealing with a huge disappointment in her own way? It's an odd thing to lie about.
It is. And to say they're dead when they just wouldn't give you money to fund a project.
Yeah. Well, if dad's got money, he may be a good businessman. He may realize I'm not going to throw money away.
Yeah, he might not be looking to lose a lot of cash, and he knows his daughter's not good at running her own business.
And it's not it wasn't like she confessed to him. He had to find out, and that's why she told him the truth.
Yeah.
Wallace Pennington's heard enough.
He's out.
I don't think I'm out, but I'm definitely looking at her with a different set of eyes. She sounds kind of spoiled.
You learned a lot about her with this one moment, and that's why, to me, you got to wait a good 12 to 18 months before you really get serious with somebody, because these are the kind of little things that you start to find out a little bit more. You think, hey, we're just fun. She's a down-to-earth girl. We're servers together. And you realize, no, she's a rich girl that's doing what she's got to do because daddy wouldn't give her money for a clothing company.
Save that drama for your mama, who I think is alive. Right?
Yeah,
If she's never given you a reason before now to think that her if he's calling her down to earth and she's working as a server and she's out there grinding, maybe she realizes the spoiled rich way wasn't for her.
Yeah. And you give people, I think, a couple strikes in a relationship. I would say this is a strike. It's one. You get two more. Maybe not even that.
And when you're young, you do stupid things, too.
Yeah. Dude, stupid things are old, too. I always pin stupid things on young people. Old people do a lot of stupid things, too. I'm looking at a couple of them.
Good point.
You need to look in the mirror, bro.
I'm one of the people I'm talking about.
All right.
Okay, what about
Kevin, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Mm-hmm. Your microphone, I believe, is fixed, I think.
Is it?
I believe. Please say it is. Yeah.
It looks like it.
You can go back home now.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're kicking her out?
Yes. She's...
You don't want to sit on my lap anymore?
She's got to go, dog.
She's a little too close.
I'm evicting the witch.
Hot breath.
I'm evicting the witch. Get out of my house.
Cuddle, buddy.
Oh, I hate it. It's been such an annoying 30 minutes.
That sadly you brought on yourself.
It is.
Yeah.
See? Don't mess with a witch.
That's the true irony. That's that witch power. You try to turn her mic off, and you do, but then she winds up sitting next to you. So
unfortunately, I have the witch powers work, dog.
Yeah, she's good.
It scares me.
She's that good. Okay, what about this? Makeup or breakup? My boyfriend of 8 months just quit his great-paying job so he could dedicate all his time to UFO and alien research.
Oh, boy.
One of the things that attracted me to him was his successful career. Then out of the blue, he tells me that he wants to follow his heart and passion, which is UFOs and aliens. I think this is so stupid of him. It's kind of making me second guess his judgment. The job he just gave up was over 6 figures. Now he's living off his savings.
What?
I think going into UFO is going to be, UFO research is going to be financial suicide. So would this be a breakup situation, or should I stand by my boyfriend's side and be supportive even when I think it's stupid?
Look, you said he's living off savings, so he does have some savings.
Yeah.
Give him 6 months. If he's able to make it happen in 6 months, awesome. But if he blows through all his savings and he's still not clicking on that alien scene, Bye.
Look, man, I'm definitely going to be in the minority on this. I'm a big believer on always chasing your passion in life. And you need to be with somebody who's going to understand that about your personality. If you're like with a Virginia or with 98% of the chat room saying, break up, this is crazy, you guys are not going to jive together. I admire and respect people that will follow their passion, even if they are quitting a job, because that might, in the long term, be something that's going to make more money. I say it's a breakup because y'all are on the same page. And if she's emailing you about his passion and she thinks it's stupid, you ain't meant to be with each other.
I agree with you exactly on that. I think that's it. I think you're doing yourself a favor. I don't think that he's wrong. You can feel the way you want to feel. You want to be with somebody that takes finances and having a good bit of money seriously. This is a guy that he's going to live on the whims of life. And you're not meant for each other. And I see a lot of people saying, what are you going to do with this kind of research? How can you make money? You, without a doubt, can make money on alien and UFO research. Now, it's one of those things where I want to be a YouTube star. You're not going to make a lot of money in the beginning. And you have to be the best in the business. And you have to really get an audience. And you have to get with the right people. It's going to be a struggle. But if it's passion, I really believe passion could lead to money. Yeah. And, hey, it's not always easy. But if you truly love somebody, you've got to try to back them with all their crazy whims and adventures that they want to go on. Now, if you've got kids and you have responsibilities with bills and all that, but none of that was part of this email. Well, they're not married. They're boyfriend, girlfriend, and he's living out. He's using his own savings. Look. They both need to find different people.
As soon as he blows through the savings and there's no more money to have fun with anymore, that's when you pack up.
Okay, so you're going to let him hit rock bottom first financially?
Yes. Okay. And you should not ever be in a situation where you have to support him because he's chasing the alien dream.
Yeah, but you're already making it like that's what's going to happen, and that's not the case at all.
As long as he's got savings, let him play.
Okay.
And Virginia's a real hard ass on the microphone about aliens and UFOs. Believe me, off the microphone.
She just can't stop yapping about them.
She loves it all, Kev. Big fan of E.T. the movie.
Yep. I'm praying for you to get probed.
Okay, what about this one here? Makeup or breakup? This person has a problem with their boyfriend's cruel and bloody social media post. It says, my boyfriend of 5 months posted a photo of the deer he killed last year on social media to promote the fact that he's going to be hunting again by month's end. The text said, Bambi, beware. Many of my friends have seen it, and they have received, and I have received a nonstop barrage of just how disturbing this post is. And my friends are all questioning why I'm even with this guy. See, all my friends are huge animal lovers. I begged my boyfriend, I said, please take the post down. I'm getting a lot of flack for it. But he said, I'm not taking it down for your friends. So this has turned into a huge fight between us. I feel like it makes him look like a cold-blooded killer. When we got together, I didn't even realize that he went hunting, and now I'm starting to have second thoughts about being with him. I'm not a huge animal lover, but I do think it's totally gross to brag about killing animals on social media. I'm not asking him to stop hunting. I'm just asking him to take down the gruesome picture, which he will not do. Is this a deal breaker?
Oh, I kind of think it is.
This is matters of the heart stuff. Y'all are way different on this.
Yeah. You know, I think that people who are in the culture of hunting, they typically have a spouse who is in the culture of hunting, and they are all there together on the same page. This has a lot to do with kind of like the UFO thing, whether it be UFOs or hunting, whatever it is.
That's got to be tough, too. If you are in a serious relationship and you love your mate, but they go on social media and their social media game is just cringy or embarrassing or kind of makes you look, because you guys are, if you're a couple, you guys, people are going to think you're one orchestra over there.
Well, and some of those pictures of what they have to do to the deer are pretty gruesome.
Sure.
I don't know if I want to look at that. I mean,
but Buster says in the chat room, if they don't like them, they need to unfollow or block him. And I understand what Buster is saying. But with all that said, you ever scroll up on social media and somebody wants to post, hey guys, I just sliced my hand open. Look at all the blood and guts in the veins.
Yes.
And you're like, whoa, I did not even...
They sneak up on you.
It does sneak up on you. Yeah. Some of these pictures are a little jarring.
Well, and you have to see what level she's talking about. Now, I come from deer hunting country, And there are a lot of people that they will post up their photos, and it's typically, they got the deer strung up, and it's not necessarily, there's some blood, but that's not what it's about. It's to show off gore. It's to show off what they were able to go out and hunt and kill. And everybody's like, love, 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 love. The post, it's nothing but that's great. And, people do that kind of stuff. But that's a culture, and that's how they live.
And I think you're going to see your answers with that. Hunters are going to probably go, oh, man, things are fine. I make all hunters country, by the way.
Okay.
But you all are set differently. It sounds like where you come from. Not you, Kevin. The person in the scenario.
Where I come from. Yeah.
I think it's a breakup.
I don't think that you can realistically ask. You're from a world where hunting is cruel, it's awful, it's evil, and I'm not going to tolerate it. And you're with a guy who his whole circle and his friends, if he took it down, they'd be like, why'd you take it down? He'd be like, well, my girlfriend told me to. Can you imagine? I can just tell you, growing up in that, the heat he would get from his buddies being like, you're going to let her just tell you what to do and run your life, and what, you can't hunt now? And that's, so that's those are two cultures that clash.
And that's the only reason why I'm saying breakup, is because y'all from different worlds, and neither one of you are you're not gonna back down.
She either needs to back down and accept that that's just what he does, or she needs to say, look, we're just not wired to be together.
Because no, you're right. When I went up to Chipola Junior College in Marianna, Florida, that was a hunting area, and if you were talking trash about hunting, you were the bad person in that area.
Yeah, when I grew up,
you were considered the wrong person.
They hunt to live and live to hunt.
Yeah,
you ain't right.
They put it in the freezer and eat it all year.
They do, and that's why they'll shoot you down real quick. No pun intended, or pun intended.
It's just one of those things where you either are for not killing animals and bragging about it, or you are about that. I don't know if there's a compromise.
No, it's going to be you better pack a lunch if you want to argue that one out.
It better be deer meat.
Yeah, we'll save you the trouble. All right, time for another battle of the generations. And we got a big old tie going on right now with Gen Z and millennials at 26 wins apiece. So the winner today is going to be moving into the lead.
Whoa!
All right, so we got Denny's and Suits are going to be representing here for their generations. So we've got our millennial is all ready to go here. That is Caitlin calling in from Charlotte. Hello, Caitlin.
Hello, guys. How are y'all?
Great. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Nice North Carolina weather.
Mm-hmm. And we were missing Chelsea was on here for Gen Z from Fort Lauderdale. I don't see her. She's dropped off.
Dang, they got scared?
Yeah.
They got scared.
Chelsea, no.
As of right now, we don't have a player for Gen Z.
Am I doing this one here myself?
Yeah.
He ain't scared.
Yeah, I guess that's how we'd have to do it.
Weren't they kind of blowing everybody out of the water? Then all of a sudden there's a tie now, and then there's...
It's been neck and neck between Gen Z and millennials. Yeah. It's been close.
And Suits is wearing Virginia's outfit, all black.
He is all black.
Well, it works for her. I figured I'd give it a shot.
Get him, Suits. Get him.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we'll do. If we don't have another Gen Z, pop on here real quick at 877-979-WRMF. Anytime you're down your player or they fall off, you can answer the person here in the studio, but I can still only give you 1 point. So you're going to be working at a deficit.
Interesting.
So there's still a chance for you to win. But the fact that you didn't get somebody representing for your generation is going to cost you.
You just make that up right now? Because that's pretty good. That's good.
Right off the dome.
That's real good.
We always got to improvise around here, right?
He's a tough game show host.
Yeah. Always something going wrong around here.
Today's been kind of a day.
Yeah. Okay. We do have Chelsea back. Okay. So Chelsea's going to play. Something must have happened.
Chelsea, we found you.
Okay. Hello, Chelsea.
Hi, guys. I love your show, but unfortunately I have to go to work or I'll be really, really late. I'm already a little late as is, but I ain't scared, okay?
Okay, she's not scared. Okay. All right, she just wanted to come back on to let us know that. Okay.
Oh, you still can't do it?
She still can't do it.
Oh, come on. Yeah. I say...
She's late for work.
Be late to work.
Okay, thank you for at least letting us know, Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm Gen Zers, we ain't scared. We are crazy. You'll never know what happens next.
Okay. All right, bye-bye. Okay, all right.
I love how she called back to defend her name.
She had to call in to say...
But she still can't play.
I'm not scared. Bye.
That is amazing.
It's always entertaining dealing with Gen Z, isn't it? I got a few of them in my
You're
house.
still on your own, Sue.
Look, at least she's going to work.
Yeah.
What happened there, but okay.
You know what? Good for you. Good for you. Okay, very nice. All right, well, we will start off with millennials in this round. So the first question is going to be for Caitlin in Charlotte. If you can get this in 3 seconds, I'll give you only 3 seconds to answer, Caitlin. You'll get 2 points. If Denny's has to answer, you can get 1. Okay, you ready for this, Caitlin?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Here is your question. The Pogues and Kooks are 2 groups you will find on this popular scripted Netflix show about treasure-chasing teens.
Outer Banks.
Outer Banks are going to say, you being in North Carolina, if you don't get that one.
In your face suits.
Yep. They might disown you.
You got a partner for me?
Please tell me Chelsea called back.
No. Chelsea is thankfully, Chelsea's at work. She's bringing home them dollars. She got to get that bag.
I saw Denny's answer the phone. Someone called.
So thankfully, we've got Fort Lauderdale locking in here, and we got Matt. So we're going to go from one Fort Lauderdale Gen Z to the other. Hello, Matt.
Hello, guys.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing fine. What about yourself?
Good. You're not late for work, are you?
No, I'm on my way to work.
Okay, perfect.
You know these hardworking Gen Zs
I
out there.
love it.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Here is your question. If you get it by yourself in just 3 seconds, you'll get 2 points. Your question, Matt. What was the name of the show on MTV where celebrities would give tours of their homes?
Celebrity House Tours.
Okay, Celebrity House. I didn't recognize what he said, but I know that's not correct. Okay, we're going to go with you, Suits. Do you know the name of that?
Cribs.
Cribs is correct, yes. Cribs is correct to save a point there for Gen Z. Still
We've
behind
never
2-1.
done a KVJ Cribs Suits' house, did we?
We haven't done Bird, Denny's, or Suits.
Damn.
Quite a few we still have to do.
Yeah.
Oh, we need that. I need to see what you're up to over there, Suits.
Couldn't have done that when I had the cool apartment downtown. Now, when I'm living with my mom, now you want to do it?
Yes.
I think that'd be
I want to see
awesome.
what your mom's up to, too.
Okay, we go back to Caitlin for the Millennials and Battle of the Generations here. Your question, Caitlin. What member of the group TLC died in a car accident in 2002?
Left Eye?
Take that, yeah.
That is correct.
Lisa,
Yeah, she's good.
Lopez.
I don't know who that is.
Very nice.
You don't know Left Eye Lopez?
No, I've never heard that name in my life.
Really?
Damn, we old?
Oh, I had such a crush on her.
She was adorable and skilled.
No, I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, you do.
I've heard Virginia do some of her rhymes before.
Okay, we've got Millennials with 4. We've got Gen Z with 1. Matt, let's see how you do with this question. Andre 3000 and Big Boy together formed which hip-hop group?
Can you repeat the question? You're kind of breaking up.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Andre 3000 and Big Boy together formed which hip-hop group?
Outcast.
That is correct.
Yay.
Okay. All right. All of a sudden, it's a 1-point lead here for the Millennials. All right. Back to you here. Caitlin, your question. Who was the iPhone's main competitor when it launched in the year 2007?
Blackberry.
That is correct.
She's really good.
Get it, get it, get it.
Suits looks shook.
Denny's hasn't even said a word in this whole thing.
True. He's too busy cleaning the studio.
Okay, it's a big one for Matt as the Gen Zers trail the Millennials 6-3. This is worth 2 points if you get it in 3 seconds here, Matt. If you were playing Sonic the Hedgehog, which video game console are you using?
Nintendo 64.
Oh, that one. Denny's
That hurt Denny's.
I can see Suits' disappointment in that too.
Suits, you're gonna have to save a point here. This thing's over.
There's a number of systems, but the Sega, I think, is what you're looking for, right?
Sega Genesis.
Did it come with the Sega system?
It did. That's their big property.
Okay. All we need is a point here from the millennials, and this thing is over.
Denny's.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, the final question possibly for Caitlin and the millennials. How many top friends could you have on MySpace?
6.
That is incorrect. All right, Denny's, finally you get to answer something.
Yeah, jeez, I've just been hanging out. I hope I get it right, too, after all this. Is it 5?
Oh.
Bird seems to know that one. What do you think, Bird?
Is it 8?
It's 8.
Yeah.
Oh, I never used MySpace.
We can tell.
Because you're young.
Yeah, I never even seen what it looks like.
That's the 8-tracks of social media.
Okay, the Gen Z are still alive, but it's all on Matt. Matt, you have to get this all by yourself to stay in the game. You trail 6-4. All right, here you go. This could be your final question. All right, tell me here, Matt. What artist scored their first #1 hit in 2002 with A Moment Like This?
2002. Britney Spears.
Oh, got it. That's a good one. That's a Gen Z kind of response. It's not Britney Spears.
It's also not the F-bomb.
I love this guy's passion.
Hey, that's Gen Z for you, baby. They play hard.
It's a tough loss,
Kelly
Kev.
Clarkson's what we were looking for. And look out, man. It was a hard-fought battle, but the millennials are going to walk away with the win and now the lead in the Battle of the Generations.
Oh, look at
Matt,
this.
you represented well. Caitlin, you did a great job. Thanks for playing along today.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, there we go.
Wow, that's fun kind of sitting in the cheap seats watching the whole thing go down.
It was intense today.
Yeah,
I liked
very
it.
intense. Bird just got to sit and see everything that went down. So there you go. All right, back again next week.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, these iguanas are quite a problem here in South Florida. They're showing up everywhere, but now they're starting to show up in people's toilets.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Because sometimes I go in the bathroom, I don't turn the light on because I don't want to wake up Panda or Rocco, and I'll just sneak over to the toilet. If you don't look and you have an iguana, will they bite you in the butt?
I don't know if they'll bite. I don't know if that's kind of their nature, but they'll be in there, and that will definitely startle you. If you imagine sitting down and you hear something moving in the toilet in the dark underneath you.
Living in South Florida, I was always raised to believe that anything can come out of the toilet. Snakes, rats.
Yeah.
And as a little kid, I was always afraid
Yeah.
the little rat's going to bite my cheek.
Bruce Blyer in Pembroke Pines, third time in less than a year he's found an iguana in the bathroom.
It's not.
Third time in 1 year.
Something's wrong.
Are we sure this guy's not? What? He just wants some iguana attention.
Are we sure he's not like a iguana handler and he puts them in there for the social media
Or
likes?
Is it a thing? It was kind of like my old townhouse where there's an opening where the rats would come in.
Yeah, that's typically what it is, because there's another story of a Michelle Reynolds in Hollywood, and she found a Mexican spiny-tailed iguana just splashing around in her toilet. And she suspects it got in through a vent or the sewer. So there's likely, I mean, imagine, there are some areas that have a higher iguana population. Others, they seem to live in these pockets. And if you're near a pocket of a lot of iguanas and you got a vulnerability somewhere in your house, it's a perfect recipe like Bruce Blyer in Pembroke Pines. Maybe they have a high concentration where he is in Pembroke Pines and they just keep getting in.
A pocket of iguanas. Be careful because they're going to make iguana hot pockets out of you.
Iguana gangs, yeah. Yeah, they got iguana gangs.
The iguana just thinks it's at the rapids. It's like, this is great.
Well, that really, at the end of the day, the iguana doesn't know it's not supposed to be here. They are just chilling, being iguanas.
Yeah, and apparently being an iguana trapper is kind of a booming biz now in South Florida. Michelle in Hollywood, she had called up iguana lifestyles. And it sounds like they're taking them on vacation, though, doesn't it?
It does. They're rich.
Would you like to go to the Keys, Mr. Iguana? Or would you rather go to Sarasota?
Okay.
You see one of those iguanas run on water?
Yes.
It's horrifying, man.
That is crazy. I've seen that video. How do they do that?
I feel like if iguanas, if they wanted to unite and attack, and if you had 10 iguanas sprint at you with evil in its heart,
mobilized,
you think you have a chance with no weapons on you? I don't know if you do.
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm. And something else you need to look out for. This happens all the time. Dude, if you're out and you're partying and there's a girl that's much younger and much hotter than you that's really into you, she's not into you. She's into whatever you have on your wrist or what you might have in your apartment. And another guy found out the hard way when he was out bar hopping on Las Olas in Fort Lauderdale. And a young, hot female was so interested in him, they went back to his place, and she leaves at 1:30 in the morning with $52,000 worth of your cash and merchandise.
Oh, my God.
$52,000. Whoa, dude.
Oh, my God. I couldn't imagine waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning just to see all my 1977 stormtroopers gone, Kevin.
I know. Heartbreaking, right?
She would have to take 7 trips
to
get all your toys.
It would be a lot. I think I'd hear her.
She'd have to bring a U-Haul.
She walked out with $1,000 in cash, 2 designer watches, his iPhone 12 Pro, and his wallet.
Whoa.
And there's probably no action at all. She probably got him all hot and bothered. He passed out, and then she took all this stuff. She probably beat his ass.
Yeah, she did, basically.
Did she drug him? We don't know.
Nothing was said about that, whether she did or not. She was just seen on a surveillance camera at about 1:30 in the morning leaving alone. She's about 5'4", 120 pounds.
She had a really heavy purse.
Shoulder length red hair. She looks from the camera like she's pretty hot.
She was carrying a sack like Santa.
And here's another warning sign. She might have had a neck tattoo. So I don't know. Just there's a few signs there, dude.
If she's way too hot for you,
yeah,
you may want to stop drinking. I'm not saying don't hook up with her, but don't be inebriated. Keep your wits about you.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the whole, you go to a strip club and, you know, oh, this she's really into me. No, she's not, man. I've had to tell friends, they go, she's not into you, man. She doesn't really
is. She likes me for me.
No, you're drunk and you're sad because you just got broken up with somebody.
Well, typically what happens, and these guys a lot of times bring it on themselves because they have to go out in ridiculously expensive shoes or with a watch or with a belt that, you know, these girls have an eye for it. And they can see that. And they're like, those are $2,000 shoes or that's a $25,000 watch. And away they go.
You gotta, it probably takes you a few minutes too to accept what's happened. You're like looking around your house, going, wait, I cannot believe this. She just stole everything.
You wake up and you're really hungover.
Yeah.
And all your stuff's gone.
Oh, man, that is rough.
It is. Now, this is an odd story because I was telling you about, you know, the fentanyl, which we got problems with it here, and we'd had the case in Wilton Manors where the guys had come down from the military academy, West Point, and 2 guys had OD'd and then 2 other tried to get CPR, and because their lips touched their lips and they had the fentanyl, they OD'd as well.
It's horrifying.
You know, and we're even hearing about the money, and, you know, a lot of times you look and fentanyl can be on cash and things like that. So this lady named Renee Parsons, she's in Nashville, and she gets in the car with her husband, passes out, falls out, is acting weird. Her husband takes her to the hospital. They've, of course, got photos of her in her hospital bed. She's completely numb, she says. And she's saying, I handled a dollar bill with fentanyl on it. But here's the odd thing. Police are like, we're not so sure because you didn't need any Narcan. And we ran drug tests and there's no traces of fentanyl on the dollar bill. There's no drugs in your system. But yet she still insists, I know how I felt, I know what happened. And so she still went on and said, you need to watch picking up dollar bills. Don't do it, kids. It's bad. They're laced with fentanyl. But it's an odd story because the cops and the medical professionals are saying you didn't have a fentanyl issue. Yet she's going on social media saying, yes, I did.
She's trying to go viral. She knows that story will catch on and probably get her a bunch of likes if she says she picked up $1 off the ground.
It feels like she's trying to glom onto a story that's out there.
Yeah.
Are you still picking up money off the ground? I'm taking my chances.
If it's $1, yeah, I'm picking it up.
Yeah, 50.
I don't go for change.
Okay, do you pick up a $100 bill, but it looks like it's covered in some type of powder?
I don't know. It's going to be a tough one.
It's dusty looking. I think I pick it up.
I think I do. I think I kick it a few times.
Pour some water
on it, and then I think I still try to pick it up.
Okay.
It's $100.
Do you pick it up, Ralston?
My wife will get it first.
Okay, she picks it up then.
Yeah, I won't have a chance.
If it's got fentanyl on it, she'll fall out,
She'll
not
be
me.
all right. Yeah. This is a crazy story. There's this teenager, Logan Schneider, who was driving a tractor while wearing noise-canceling headphones on his family's cherry orchard in Washington State when a helicopter hit power lines above him, and the helicopter came crashing down right on top of him. But he couldn't hear it because he's got noise-canceling headphones on.
Oh, damn.
I mean, those things work. If a helicopter is crashing above you and you're like, doo-doo-doo.
Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
Were people in the helicopter okay?
Yeah, it all works out okay. Logan got pinned against the steering wheel, but he managed to free himself, and then he saw the pilot was hanging upside down inside of the helicopter.
Whoa.
Logan was able to free the pilot and pull him to safety, and he's now being regarded as a hero.
What a crazy story.
You should probably get one of those deals. He gets a bunch of headphones and a new car. I've seen
You'd think
people
so,
get
yeah.
way more for way less.
Yeah, the pilot was burned, had a broken arm, and Logan had a burn on his arm and abrasions on his back. But I mean, considering what could have happened, it's not the worst case scenario. So
It's nice to hear a story about Logan that's not douchey. And I'm not talking about your town. I'm talking about Logan Paul.
And and the odd thing too, this dude Logan, he actually wants to go to flight school in the fall. He dreams of becoming a pilot, and he and the pilot actually share the same birthday.
Huh.
Crazy, huh?
Well, now they can be friends forever.
Yep, crazy. And there you go. And that is your whacked out news. Well, yesterday on our fun little game, Do It Bitch, Jaybird and Denny's wound up getting swept, and they had to face off the punishment. That was giving out their cell phone numbers and encouraging people to leave them a message. We said that we play back some of the more amusing messages the following day. So we've given it 24 hours, and now we've checked in with their phones, and here's some of the voicemail messages that Jaybird got.
Yo, Jaybird, the moon is coming for you. It's going to fall in your pool, and it's going to turn you into a mutant. It's coming for you. Run!
The moon.
It's going to fall in your pool
That's
and
hilarious.
turn you into a mutant.
How random.
There is a full moon tonight,
I
so
know.
if you are controlled by the moon, like my daughter Magnolia, be careful.
I'm going to probably do some of that moon water tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, put it out there. Let the moon get, absorb the water, and then all of a sudden I'll drink the moon water. It'll do nothing.
I'll make you some moon water.
Yeah, I bet you will.
You also got some odd little offers, I guess, as well. This is one of the messages that came to Jaybird's phone.
Hey, this is Eric with Bidet Installation Incorporated. Reaching out to one Jason Pennington. Just wanted to check the status on your bidet, how it's been going. We have in our notes here that you had a SAB, swampy ass butt. We just wanted to make sure that was no longer the case. Our installer also said that your bathroom smelled ungodly. Just wanted to know if the bidet worked out. give us a call. Let us know what you think. Thank you.
Okay, you never even talked about your new bidet. That's
he had a good.
But you have talked about having swamp butt.
He is got a really good. That sounds like a real voicemail.
It does. Yeah, it does.
From a service place.
We've also told the story. This had happened at Virginia's Crawfish Fest. You're up on stage doing a little snack pack show, and you like throw out little treats for the kids, and you clocked one kid with the snack in the face.
Yeah, I believe it was during our song Carbs. I grabbed one of our rolls and I threw it.
You threw it like it was a Chinese star, and you hit him right in the forehead.
Oh, I mean, I did, and it was all slow motion, and I can't tell if this is really the dad or not.
Hey, what's up, Jaybird? This is Jorge's father. Remember you hit my son with a piece of bread? Still doesn't want to eat bread. Thanks a lot, man. No carbs now.
Oh, man, you were doing bread for that kid?
A kid can't have bread again?
Wow.
Oh, I still feel terrible.
You should.
Jeez.
It was an accident.
You never had that accuracy when you played ball.
I used that joke already. You hack. I'm the snack pack. She's the snack hack.
Okay, we got some messages here left for Denny's as well, and they're pretty much a lot of what you would expect.
Yo, Denny's, it's time to wake and bake. Light one up and go hit Denny's.
I got a lot of stuff like that.
I don't know if he smokes weed.
No. It didn't sound like he. Sounds like he's just razzing me.
Here's another voice message Denny's got to his phone.
Yo, Denny's, I'm looking for some tomatoes, dude. Looking to get sauce. I mean, make some sauce. I think you could help me out, considering you're from Colorado, dude. And it seems like you always have your right shoe on your left foot all the time. Give me a call back, 420-420-0420. Hey.
Hey.
It's quite a specific number.
Yes, I'm going to call it, too.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah, okay. So that's a little bit of what it sounded like. Fun stuff.
Yeah, I got a lot of weed offers.
Lots of weed offers, lots of weed pictures.
Okay.
Lots of sexy pictures, too, I heard.
I didn't get so much of the sexy. I got a lot more of the weed.
Bird got the sexy one.
I only saw one or two, and to be quite honest with you, I stopped checking around. I think 6 o'clock. There's so many more to go through. There's a lot of messages still.
A lot of people had some good stuff.
Yeah, there's some funny stuff in here.
Yeah, it continued all through the night because I leave my phone on loud at night so I don't miss my alarm. So I heard it go off every time somebody called.
Geez.
Or
Oh,
somebody texted.
no.
Oh, that's tough.
Yes.
Oh, that was tough. Boy, it's going to be a hot day today. Woo-hee. Probably the hottest we're going to have all week, and we're getting pretty much to full peak when it comes to our temperatures. When it starts hitting about 93, 94, then you got the max humidity. It's going to feel real nasty. They're saying we'll likely feel like it's over 100 degrees, about maybe 100, 102, depending upon where you are. You get in your car, and it's just like, what? It's crazy.
You need to put a bidet in because you got swamp butt.
That's
or drive naked.
Yeah. Well, the only problem, though, is you got leather seats. Oh, man, you get that burn going on right now.
Oh, your nard sticking to that leather?
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Well, they've kind of recalculated what the human heat threshold is, really now taking into account humidity with that. And they're having so many people that are just kind of dropping kids that go out and play, and they're getting heat stroke and all kinds of problems. It's something you really do have to take seriously. Today would be one of those days. A little bit of a heat warning for you. They say the combination of heat and humidity can get dangerous for humans faster than they previously believed. They had thought that young, healthy men and women could withstand an upper environmental limit of 95 degrees, but now studies factoring in humidity show that number to be 88 degrees at 100% humidity or 100 degrees at 60% humidity.
We're getting soft. We're getting spoiled. I think that, and somebody told me this up in Kentucky because they have a lot of Amish up there.
Okay.
The Amish don't have AC. But meanwhile, they are out. They're like gardening with full pants and full shirts. They're riding around in buggies with petticoats and long dresses. The Amish are hard. We are soft because we got the AC.
Well, just imagine if, I don't know what it would take to knock out, the electricity out for everybody, but imagine if a grid went out and you couldn't have air for years and years. People would lose their minds.
You're right.
Because we are soft.
We're soft.
It's not as if we grew up in it every single day. Like as you're talking about
like
the Amish.
The Amish are tough, and they scoff at us. We went to an Amish market, and they were kind of like looking down their nose at us, and they were kind of a little nasty about it. They were
Were
just
they
like,
really?
well, they were looking at Rocco because Rocco was on his phone, and the guy was like, well, looks like he's addicted to that thing.
Did he say it like that?
Yes,
Because
he
you're really
did.
making him sound like he's the jerkiest person.
He was so judgy Amish, but had no problem taking our money for produce.
So you think, Kev, you hear a story like that, you think it's definitely it was the Amish guy's fault, not at all Virginia's.
I think all Amish are a-holes now.
They kind of have a tune that they're better than you.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
And they don't like it when you take a lot of the pictures of them.
Okay, well then screw them.
That's what I'm saying. I would love to see what really happened. And we go
Right.
back and we see Virginia taking pictures of the Amish guy, and then he has the tune.
Yeah.
I would love to go back and see what really happened.
So they were saying the number would be like 88 degrees and 100% humidity, just to let you know where we stand right at this moment. We're at 87 degrees, 71% humidity.
Okay.
So it's still good, but that, kind of gives you a little bit of a marker to see. Now they expect it to go up to 93 today, and you just got to keep an eye on the humidity because they would say 100 degrees and 60% humidity.
As a woman living in 2022 in such hot times, what's worse for you to deal with, the back area or the frontal? When it comes to just the sweat, the humidity.
Butt or boobs?
No, the crotch or the
butt or private.
Yes. What's tougher to go through as a woman in flow?
Mine are kind of like in the same general area.
They all just meet together in a nice river of sweat.
They converge to make a swamp like you've never seen.
Because me and Kevin, we got meatballs and then we've got the spaghetti, and there's I mean, it's connected, but you really can't tell a difference.
Yeah, I think once you get swampy enough back there, it does kind of flow together like a river.
It makes its own stew.
Ladies in the chat room, I got to get your answers now. I mean, do you line up with
What's
Virginia?
worse, swamp front or swamp butt?
What's tougher to
They're
deal
two
with?
different streams with different odors. But yeah, when they meet together in one stew, it becomes so pungent.
Oh my gosh.
I'm hungry. I don't know about you.
What is tougher?
Yeah. So it looks like we'll be about on that mark today because expect temperatures 93, 94. Humidity will probably go up a little bit to like high 70. So that's why kind of the warning. Today would be one of those first days that if you are out running around, make sure you're really hydrating and not staying in the sun too long because it's going to be one of those days that could be bad. They say many people experience these kind of conditions with no way to cool themselves. And so it's very important that you do stay cool. And I read this too, that if you are pregnant, especially, be careful. They say women are 44% more likely to suffer a miscarriage in late August than they are in late February.
Wow.
And they're believing that it's due to extreme heat.
That's crazy.
Right. I never heard that before.
Oh, keep your expectant mothers cool.
Mm-hmm. That's it. So no joke. So what do you do? Because some people do have ways as we start getting this hot. Do you have a heat beating hack? What is your way to try to stay cool?
I saw a lot of people at Disney with those neck fans.
Okay.
It's like a cooling little neck fan apparatus, and it's got these little fans that blow right on your face.
Yep.
And I was so jealous. I mean, they looked dorky, but I was so jealous.
Sometimes you gotta, I mean, who cares if you look dorky? You're gonna never see these people again?
I would have rocked a neck fan if I would have had one.
At a certain age, you trade in cool for comfort.
Totally.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if I look great or if I'm awesome. Yeah, I want to stay cool. Okay, it's going to be a hot day today, and we're finding out that they've kind of started to work the humidity with the heat thresholds, and we're going to be right at about that mark where you got to be careful today if you're out. And unfortunately, in South Florida, we got so many people that are working outdoors. I can't even imagine. Some people, like, I know the AC techs, because ACs, if they are going out, people are going to be losing their minds.
The lawn maintenance guys.
Yeah. Well,
the mailman.
Well, I was going to tell you with the AC techs, they have to go in these crawl spaces. And I know I went up there to show the guy where the thing was, and he opened the door. It was just so hot. The guy's crawling around in that.
Oh, my gosh.
Crazy.
Princess in our chat room has got quite an idea to keep the privates cool during the summertime.
So you don't have that river Virginia's got, apparently.
Well, I mean, and thank you all for all the ladies telling their brave stories about their river experience. Kev, the chat room read is wild right now.
Oh, it is,
my
huh?
gosh.
Okay.
She's talking about making an ice pad for your, you know what, your private part. You cut it, you put the ice in there, you stick it down there, and
a maxi pad?
Princess is going to have to be a little bit more specific. That's a great question, Virginia. But would you be comfortable with that, putting a pad of ice down in your crotch, Kev?
No, I don't think it'd do a lot for me. That sounds like it'd be kind of painful.
What happens
I think
when
we tried that. We put ice down our pants before, and it was very painful.
Yeah, we didn't have a protective pad, though. Yeah, I see what you're saying. The ice on skin's terrible. But if you got a good pad that can support it and keep it closed, I think we got $1 million idea here.
Yeah, like when I go get Botox, they give me these little like little boo-boo pads, we call them. It's like there's a jelly-filled round little plastic thing, and you put it on your wound wherever you got your Botox, and it keeps the swelling from going up. So could you put that in your underpants and walk around with it? It's gonna thaw quick.
You mean to tell me if scientists can't come up with a technology for the private pad for those hot Florida days, and they really worked, you don't think those private pads would fly off the shelves?
Those things are only gonna stay frozen for about 5 minutes.
Let the scientists do their work.
I have a very hot private.
You do, huh?
If it's anything like the top of you.
Yeah.
It's hotter, believe it or not.
Uh-huh. So what are you doing to beat the heat? Somebody just texted in. They bought this on Amazon. They got that Amazon Prime thing going on. Maybe you can get these on sale. It is a hanging neck fan.
Okay, that's what I saw at Disney.
Yeah, we've got 2 kids in soccer, and 3 hours in the heat killed us Saturday. Haven't used it yet, but excited to try it. So that's one thing you can do. I know one thing you have tried, that portable air conditioner where you take a styrofoam cooler, and the way you can do it, you use ice and a fan, and you kind of get the cool, and it blows it out.
I was doing that this weekend.
Yeah. Sammy said she uses it at the beach or the pool. It's perfect for that. And if you don't want to get that technical, you can simply set a bowl full of ice in front of a table fan. Oh. And then as it starts to melt, the condensation goes up, catches the fan, and it blows and cools the room.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Something
smart.
too, if you're going to do that, just freeze ice blocks in your freezer. Put them in Tupperware. Put that in the freezer. Freeze ice blocks because those melt slower than ice cubes. I learned that this weekend. Giant ice blocks.
Okay. Somebody texted in and said, tell Jaybird that the cooling private pad already exists. They use it for women in postpartum.
Look at that.
Oh, after you give birth, that thing is on fire.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so, I mean, what is a chat room like? You don't put it down there. Yeah, you would put it down there, right? Your ice pack, you would put it down by your who? Huh?
Is it a question? Yeah, I mean, whatever you have to do to cool that baby off.
Yeah, people are saying you didn't read it well. I would imagine that the ice pack for the private part is where your ice, you put it down there when it's wrapped. We're talking about the ice down there. It doesn't work. We've done that before.
Yeah.
It makes you very, very
uncomfortable.
And then when the condensation and the melting happens, you look like you peed your pants.
That's true. That's not a good look.
They have them, though.
Yeah. A couple other quick little hacks that you can do. Run your ceiling fan counterclockwise.
Oh.
That's what they say to do. So if it's been running one way, run it counterclockwise.
Which way does mine go?
Go take a look. If maybe a lot of people don't check. That's the reason why you do that.
Counterclockwise.
Go check it out. Leave now.
Walk into it.
And then if you want to get a warm beverage cool faster, run a paper towel under the cold tap, wrap it around a can or bottle, and place it in the freezer. And in 15 minutes or less, your drink will be chilled to perfection, it says. That's a way to speed that up. So there you go. So you're going to be out today. Be a little careful. It's going to be a little warm.
Learning a lot.
Yeah. Somebody even said, yes, it's called the clam cooler. Really?
Clam cooler.
That's amazing. Yeah, people are. There's got to be a barrier.
See, I would think that'd be a cooler you put clams in, but maybe not.
The barrier is what you need.
Maybe you just need it to bring down the temperature of a hot clam.
Yeah, and maybe it's not a thing where you're going to wear it for 6 hours, but look, just a little cool down. Kind of get an amen for a 10-minute cool down?
A 10-minute cool down would be great, but I think that's about all it would last. And then you got to fish it out. So you can't do that in public.
And people in the chat room saying he's going to go home and put my nards in ice. Yeah, I am. I'm going to try this out today.
Okay.
I'm making my own
He don't even have a clam, but he's doing the clam cooler.
Well, the one I'm talking about we need to make is a unisex. Anybody can use it. If you got a clam or if you got...
Ham?
Whatever you got.
Ham or clam?
Sounds like a delicious soup.
Does. Well, I knew this was going to be an issue. I knew it was going to be big. I just didn't know how big it was going to be. That was the talk. As you've noticed, we had so many people relocate during the pandemic. It's changed a lot of things here in South Florida. You look at the home prices, how hard it is to get homes and find a place to live and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's all part of it. Well, now they've kind of really reassessed. The only good thing you could say is that you bring more taxable revenue to your area, so you'll have more money to put into parks and roads and bridges and all those kind of things that we need. That's what a lot of those cities lost when they lost those people. And now they've kind of really flushed it all out. In fact, in Palm Beach County, the countywide taxable property value has increased 15%. And they say each city in Broward County has increased in value, which means more money for the local government for employee salaries, funding the police, fire services, paving roads, parks, all that kind of stuff that I was talking about. So every city pretty much in both counties has come out really well, but there's one that really took off. It's crazy. One city in Palm Beach County had its value increased by 75%.
Wow.
75%. It blows every other increase away.
Can we guess?
Is it small?
It's small. It's growing. Yeah, I'll give you one guess each. I don't think you'll get it, but I'd be curious to hear what you say.
It's small and it's growing.
Small and it's growing. It's getting ready to boom.
What are we talking about?
Boom.
What are we talking
Look
about?
in your pants.
Yeah. Talking cities now.
We were just talking about. I learned a
Not
lot.
anatomy.
I learned a lot the last break we did.
Yeah. Put ice on it. It's definitely going to be
It's small,
shrinking, not
but he
not
hope
growing.
it's growing.
Yeah.
I told you many times I am a grower, not a shower.
Okay, Virginia, you get one guess. What do you got?
Briny Breezes.
Briny Breezes. That's Trailer Park. Yeah, no, not going to be growing. Bird.
Lake Clark Shores, Can.
Lake Clark Shores. No, that's not it. It's Westlake.
West.
Where the hell is Westlake at?
Yeah, it's the new booming community that, oddly enough, is west. Yeah.
Do you know where that's at?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And it's really starting to grow. I mean, bam. It's, you got Seminole Ridge out there, and I know they're putting in a brand new huge Christ Fellowship is going in there, and that's the area that is really booming. 75% in value it's increased year to year.
Are you sure they're going to build a big one?
What?
I'm saying that every Christ Fellowship I see, they're massive.
Oh yeah. They're all
monster.
pretty big.
They are big.
Yeah. So they know Westlake is going to be the big new booming town. 75% it's increased in value.
It's too west for me.
Do they have
It is out there.
You don't have to go over it now, but did it have a ranking of every little city of like the top 5?
Yeah, I got them in Palm Beach County. You got Westlake at number 1 with 75% increase. Then it goes Manalapan.
Okay.
Shocker.
Okay.
28%. Village of Gulf, which I've never even heard of. I thought I'd been ever. Village of Gulf is number 3. Then you have Glen Ridge. Never heard of that. Ocean Ridge is 5. Palm Beach is 6. West Palm is 7. Then you have Boynton, Lake Worth, Lantana rounding out the top 10 in Palm Beach County for cities that increase their value the most year over year. Now, in Broward County, boy, I love this town. Number 1 is Lazy Lake. Lazy Lake in Broward County increased its value by 21%.
It sounds so peaceful.
Doesn't
Man,
it?
I'm just going to shut it all down and go to Lazy Lake and not worry about a damn thing.
Gosh, Lazy Lake's where it's at.
You take off your pants, just walk around.
Oh, you go to Lazy Lake, you eat some lazy cakes?
Yes. Then number 2, you got Lauderdale Lakes. West Park is 3, and then Lighthouse Point, Oakland Park, and Wilton Manors all tied for 4th on cities that increase their value the most in Broward County. So there you go. So we're starting to see the dividends. Yeah, we're dealing with a lot of growing pains because people are trying to find affordable housing and it doesn't necessarily exist, but that at least if you can find a place to stay, you'll start benefiting from that increased taxable revenue.
If only you would have bought land out in Westlake 10, 15, 20 years ago.
75%.
75%.
If you would have bought land anywhere 20 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
We didn't have any money, though.
I know, man. What's going on?
Yeah. Wow.
Still don't.
Money is hard to find, but there's one dude that is just handing it out. In fact, it's a nice little thing he's doing. Somebody saw a guy at a Waffle House in Midway, Florida. He was attaching notes to $5 bills.
Aww.
And so they just asked him, they said, "Hey, dude, what you doing?" And he said that, well, I just go and I hand it out to strangers. The notes say, "Love everybody." A little bit of cash, a little bit of love. He's handed out over $13,000 since 2014.
It's a beautiful story.
Well, it's nice. It just goes to show you it's just that little thing of doing something nice for somebody, right?
You know why he says love everybody?
I don't know, Virginia.
That was his mother's dying words to him.
Oh, my gosh.
And so when she died, she just said, that's what she said to him. Love everybody. That's why he does it. In honor of his dead mother.
Oh, my God.
I thought it was a sweet story, Kev, but it didn't really have that extra layer of depression. So I'm glad Virginia's here.
Well, she was in a horrible car accident, and she was mangled, and he could see that her legs were coming off. And no, I'm just kidding.
She'll outdo you. She's already. I can already see her thinking.
Okay, you forgot she was on fire at the
No,
time.
it was way worse than that.
Somehow, even without her legs and on fire, she's able to say, "Love everybody." Yeah. I was waiting for it to get a lot worse.
I can hear.
She didn't, of course, go peacefully in her bed.
I can hear Virginia ramp
Yeah.
up to Depression Town. I'm like, oh, here it comes. Oh, boy.
I mean, it's sweet. It's sad, but it's sweet.
It's sweet. So sweet. All right, Bird, we got an After the Show podcast going to be coming up here.
It's tough to follow that, Kevin.
Oh, I know, but you have the honor of taking us out here with your thought for the day.
Love. Love is like paint. You can't spread even a little without getting some on yourself. Look at that.
Love.
It wasn't for you. Which?
Love everybody.
Thank you,
Love
Kevin.
everybody. That was better.
I can't feel my legs.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.